Well, welcome everyone. We're nearly in the readiness now for the 1997 Sunday League Football Grand Final. Armadale have won the toss and they will kick to the position down towards the Gosnells City end. This is Peter Bazzusto in commentary, and to take up from the first bounce, current Wanneroo coach in Ray Witt. Good afternoon, Ray.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pete. Yeah, what a wonderful day for football. The 1996 Grand Final was between the same two teams. The second semi-final was an absolute blowout in which Kenwick kicked 10 goals in the first quarter to Armadale's 2 and the game was over. Last year's Grand Final, I thought, was a soft win to Kenwick, Pete. Can you see Armadale turning it round?
Yes, well, I think that Armadale have got a lot of things to change, haven't they? And I think that's what they've got to do, is change a few things around the place. We'll get Ray to have a look around the matchups later on, but there's the siren. So the start of the 1997 Grand Final is just about ready to go. Umpire goes up, that throws the ball. There's Bain, gets the ball down towards centre half forward. Then goes the players there. Wally trying to do it for Armadale. All is around the neck, and that's the way the umpire sees it.
McPhail?
Yes, Ashley McPhail, vice-captain, goes out with the left foot, out towards the grandstand wing. Finds his player in Maguire. Maguire kicked a lot of goals this year. There's the left foot kick down towards the half-back line, but cutting it off is the captain-coach of the Kenwick side in Mick Hanley.
Yes, Mick Hanley steady things down from the half-back line. He chips in towards the 50-metre area and finds Craig Thomas. Thomas hooks upfield. Both sides obviously desperate for a good start, especially Armadale. They need to come in at half-time in front, I believe, Armadale. As the umpire's seen a 50 there, obviously someone wouldn't come back on the mark. Yes. Thomas running right down to the centre square. That's not good. Not a good start for Armadale. As he actually pinpoints to kick it, but the umpire makes him come back on the mark. Umpires Gavin Levici and Peter Washer. Thomas kicks down towards half forward. Bain comes out on a hard lead. Good lead by Bain. He's deep on the half forward flank. Goes with the left foot. Kicks down towards the centre square looking for Stewart. Oh, Armadale fly high through backs. The ball spills through right in the goal front teeth. Crashing his way through for Armadale is Marshall. He's heavily met. Oh, players going in everywhere. Ball some 20 metres out directly in front of goal. Umpire calls the bounce down.
Very good decision too, Ray, wasn't it? Because the Kenwick player seemed to spin out of the pack, and a good decision. There's the bounce down. Up goes Bain, gets the ball out towards Jiggles Thompson. He can't take the possession of the ball. Picked up there by Wanneroo. They get the ball out towards Regan, who goes out to the centre wing. Or overrunning the ball is a Kenwick player. Picked up there by Marwick. Marwick then towards the half-forward line, but beautifully reading the play there is Craig Thomas from Kenwick, and he cuts the play off across the half-back line for Kenwick. He has one bounce, two. Running across the goal square, that's three bounces. Good shepherd off the ball from his captain coach in Hanley. There's the kick from Thomas out towards this wing position, and taking a good mark is Ray Irvine. Good player Irvine. Here's the kick in towards the centre of the ground. Good mark is taken there by Jack. Can't pick him up.
Todd Hewitt.
Thank you. It's Hewitt, a young fellow as well, making his first impressions into the Sunday League. He goes short towards Hanson. Hanson takes a nice mark. Oh, there's
a player loose here.
There's a player loose on the wing. He didn't take the mark. That was Burns. Picked up there by Burns now, gets it back to Hanson, who followed up well from the centre half back position. Feigns a hand pass, goes back towards the full forward position, looks for Big Bain, who is double teamed there by a couple of the Armadale players. Good tackle there off the ball there by Marshall for Armadale. He gets the ball out towards the outer half back line. Over the ball goes, and we'll have another throw in.
Yes, Armadale just need to tighten it up a little bit. Players getting loose. That's what happened in last year's Grand Final when they blew it apart. Too many loose players from Kenwick. So the boundary throw in just outside the 50 metres. Ruckman, McKenzie and Bain. One down by McKenzie. Down towards Dave Collard. He gets a kick high back towards the centre of the square. Well, players coming in. Strong mark to kick it. That's a good mark from Justin Kickett over David Marwick. There's some good young players, Kenwick. Craig Thomas across half-back. Burns, Chris Smith. Got a lot of talented youngsters. As Kickett goes to the outer side of the ground. Hanley's run down from full-back and taken that kick. He spears the pass in looking for McKenna. He's played it. I thought it was soft, Peter.
Thought it was the mark. He had control of it, Ray. The ball come from behind him and tried to destroy. But, of course, that's a crucial matchup, isn't it, Ray? The clash between McKenna. Of course, 86 goals in the qualifying period, of course, the goal kicker. But this will be a good start for him.
Well, McKenna kicked 6 goals in the first quarter last week, Peter. So, obviously, Wall's desperate to get back and make amends for that. So, the ball falls down. Oh, taking it away is Van Diemen. He kicks out towards looking for McPhail. Well sport by Moore. He chases his own crumbs. Wally goes hard, but the ball beats them both over the line and out of bounds.
two ex-Perth players there, Ray, and Clive Wally, of course, and Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore, the former state player, had a terrific season.
Won the Bowden medal. Well, equal. Boundary throw-in takes place. Maguire does the ruck work. Only a small player, but actually won the tap. Only down to Luffo. He gets a handball looking for Irvine. He's strongly tackled. Could be holding the ball. Players call for it. No, it's not. Ball spills free. Oh, Regan's tackled it high, I thought, but close to the boundary line and actually kick it. Kelly it is, takes it over.
Yes, we played about 4 minutes of the quarter here. Still no score on the board here. There's the throw-in. Up goes Bain again, tries to get the ball, but Marwick beats him to it. Back to Bain, onto his left foot, just tries to get a quick kick in, does so, and Thompson takes the mark around about 45 to 50 metres out of goal.
Yeah,
Kenwick has started. It's been a bit of a slow start, hasn't it, Ray?
It has. I thought Armadale would come out hard. I think they need to come out hard, but nothing yet. Yes, Thompson kicking from just inside 50 will take a good kick, and yes, that end has not been a scoring end so far in either game.
Yes,
so
that's true, Ray. There's the kick from Thompson. It's a very, very good one, but it'll just lack the depth, and that's a mark on the goal line, I think. Yes, that's the way the umpire's seen it.
Sterrett.
It's big Warren Sterrett, who's playing at full forward, I think, in this quarter, but a big pack into the air again there, Ray, but it was good judgment from the big fella.
We'll take a good kick from there, Pete.
Here's Sterrett.
Maybe a banana.
He's been very...
Or he may run around on the left.
McKenna and... James Wall doing a lot of heavy work off the ball. And it's good play by Wally just to keep Dustin on his shoulder. There's a kick from Sterrett. It's a little bit shallow there, and that's the first score on the board. So Kenwick now moves to 1 point, of course. Armadale yet to score.
Yes, always a difficult kick from that angle. So Van Diemen to bring the ball back in for Armadale. First blood to Kenwick. Armadale bring the ball to the grandstand side. Long penetrating drop punt, looking for a 2-on-1 situation. But good mark by Irvine. He's outpointed two Armadale players there. Goes in the inboard and finds a Hansen. He spills a mark he probably should have taken. In goes McPhail hard. He was a great player in last year's grand final in a losing cause, McPhail. I'm sure he'll be looking to play equally as well today, and they needed Armadale.
Former Perth player, of course, as well, Ray. Had a terrific couple of years with Perth.
Very hard, very good around the ball, actually. Nubia wins the handball straight down to David Collard. He kicks it high and long up towards the centre looking for Mackenzie. Kenwick working hard at ground level. Throws it out. Should have been a throw. Down towards Mick Hanley. He gives it away to Moore. Moore crisscrosses across the other side of the land. All on his own is Thompson. Can't give him that much space. Spearing past to McKenna. This time the mark is not paid. It's tapped forward, looking for Kickett. He can't handle it. He's got a fit of the fumbles. Crashing in as Collard. Good tackle, holding the ball, says the umpire. That's the stuff that Armadale need, Pete.
Terrific tackle by David Collard. He plays on quickly and goes out towards the outer half back line. Picks out Rush. Rush then looks inboard, looking for David Marvick, but over his head, beautifully read there by Hanley, across half back. He gets the ball on, just a quick chip pass in towards that 50-metre zone, and he again finds big Chris Bain, I think it is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Mick Hanley leading well.
Just looking at my my program there, and he wasn't mentioned there, but of course he's under the 21. I didn't think that was the case. There's the kick from Bain, up towards that full-forward area again, and interference has been seen to the Armadale defence. Yes, that's the way the umpire's seen. I think it's Mick Garvin.
Mick Garvin playing in defence,
yes, gone on to his left
surprise.
Foot. Kicks a lot of goals, of course, Mickey Garvin, but playing on, I think, Warren Sterrett for a start. There's the kick out towards the outer half forward line and picks up, I think that's Rush again. Yes, over the top he goes from Rush.
And the big surprise, Pete, is that Matt Hill sitting on the bench.
Yes, number one for Armadale sitting on the bench. There's the ball across the half back line for Kenwick. The Kenwick defenders just see it across the line. Right in front of the scoreboard, of course. Kenwick 1 point. We played about 8 minutes of the quarter. Armadale yet to score.
Well, you wouldn't have picked that, Pete. Matt Hill, Armadale's best player, sitting on the bench. There must be obviously a reason for that.
Yes.
As the boundary umpire throws it in, Mackenzie wins it down only as far as Bruce Hatwell. He wobbles the kick inside 50. Coming out is Thomas. By gee, he's a good play. He's strongly tackled, but he's good enough to get it away. Looking for Luff. He handles it well, pushes it forward, but he's met solidly by Atwell once again. Umpire comes in and says, "I'll bounce." Kenwick 1 point, Armadale yet to score. Armadale desperate for a good start. They need to get goals on the board, and I believe they need to get in front and try and maintain that lead to have a hope here today as Lindsay Atwell wins the tap. Thomas tries to smash it away. Only as far as back towards Lindsay Atwell. He's tackled without the ball, says the umpire Washer, and he will kick from goal outside 50, probably outside his range, Pete.
Yes, it's a big kick of the ball, of course, but really it was probably a bad mistake by Jeff Moore. He didn't have the ball for sure. You called it correctly there, Ray.
Now he kicks inside 50, falls well short. The big flyers go up. The ball stumped back towards the goal square. Leading his way is Charlie Dick. He can't get his boot on it. He's pushed across the line by Tony Hansen. That's the way the umpire's seen it, and he will kick on goal from only 15 metres out, Pete, but on a very, very acute angle.
We saw it at the other end too, did we? Way big Warren Sterrett, of course.
But he's on his other foot.
Yes. Charlie Dick,
he'll run around, I'm sure, here, Pete. I'm sure he'll run around and try and screw it. What will he do? Yes, there he goes. Winds up the angle. Oh, he's missed. He's just shallow to the left-hand side. Not a bad effort, though, by Charlie Dick. And he's a very good player, Pete. You probably haven't seen much of him, but he's been a good player for Armadale. He's a very, very pacey little rover who can cause a lot of damage around the goal. So
there's the first change there for Armadale.
Hill going on, yes. Lindsay Atwell off.
Your player, your friend in Matty Hill's come on. It'll give him a lot of bite, of course. Hansen here at the full-back. Just chips the ball in about 25 metres. Finds Thomas again. He's been busy in the opening 10 minutes of the quarter. Looks for Jeff Moore. That's a pretty good kick. Moore takes the mark, plays on very quickly. Good play there by Murray. Goes over the top towards Thompson. Thompson just sets the ball up there across the half-forward line, looking for McKenna. Can't take possession. Good play off the ball there by Van Diemen. Picked up there again by Luff. Luff goes out towards Irvine. Irvine tries to get the kick in towards half-forward and does so. Up goes Collard. Up goes Bain. Bain the first recover. Inboard hand passes a beauty over towards Kelly. And Kelly just sockers the ball off the ground. It was good play there by Kenwick. They set the play up nicely there, but unfortunately Kelly just couldn't get a handle on it there, Ray, and of course that's their second behind. Kenwick moved to 2 points, lead Armadale 1 point. Yeah,
good build up. Unfortunately, yeah, Kelly was attacked there by the Armadale defence and had to try and soccer that goal, but yes, Armadale starting off okay as Collard brings the ball in out Marshall all by himself. That's a very easy get out by Armadale. He goes to the outer side looking for Marwick. He's all by himself also, so Armadale just finding a little bit of space. Marwick kicks down towards the wing position right in front of the scoreboard. Baxter playing from behind, but the ball spills over the back from Cole. Beautiful handball to Hill. He wants to take them on. Oh, he's met solidly by looked like Hansen. Hill good enough to get it back to McPhail. He gets a hurried kick inside 50. No Armadale forwards there. Leading out is looks like Smith. It is. He decides to go towards the boundary. Look, it carries on the fall. Yeah, good pressure there by Collard.
Who will this bit of a soft opening help, you think, Ray? Would it help Armadale being another aggression on the ball? Kenwick are really renowned for their aggression, aren't they? So
yeah,
they haven't really started it yet.
Yeah, it's hard to say, Pete. As Maguire goes inboard and finds Mick Garvin. He might be on the ball, actually, Garvin. I don't think that'll last too long as Garvin centres the ball in towards centre half forward looking for McKenzie, but cramming it beautifully is McPhail. He pulls on, it's too short, falls through, burns his hands. Can Collard get a kick on it? But the boy, he's done superb there. He's made an error in his marking, but got back so quick and actually saved a goal there, Pete.
He sure did, Ray. So the two aspirants now move on to 2 points, so not a goal yet, and we've played about 12 minutes of the quarter. Waiting on Tony Hansen, of course, another ex-Perth player. Kicking out, so that's a designated kicker there, Ray, in Tony Hansen. Uses the ball beautifully. Hansen
trying to play man on man too,
yes,
Pete.
They are. Oh, there's a bad kick in there by Hansen, picked up there by Hill. He goes out, but a bad hand pass to Thomas. He gets it back towards Luff. Luff measures his options down and goes in towards that wing position and Kickett, who's all by himself. Chased out there by Rush for Armadale. Kickett uses the ball very, very nicely up in towards that half-forward line, but unfortunately the ball runs out of bounds, and of course just in front of Gavin Hanley, who's been fairly quiet there, Ray, in the first 10 minutes of the game. Really haven't seen him much on the ball.
Well, it looks like he's playing at centre-half forward, Pete. That's a very strange move. Gavin Hanley playing at centre-half forward, picked up by Regan.
Well, I think both sides, of course, Ray, have really probably upset their plans because Armadale have lost, of course, to Kenwick this year quite badly. There's the throw-in. Up they go. Regan tries to get the ball down there. Stacks on the mill again. Tries to pick the ball up as Rush again. It's knocked out again by the Armadale defence. Through and out over the line.
Yes, it's just watching the reserves game, which was won by Wanneroo. Pete, a lot of atmosphere for a reserves game of football. And now the leg game started. It's quite a quiet opening. Everything's settled down.
It was terrific, but there hasn't been any aggression here this afternoon anyway, so both sides are really playing to a match plan. There's the kick, or throw-in I should say, picked up there by Merv Kelly. He goes in towards full forward. Warren Sterrett, it just had his name written all over that.
Too tall, too big.
He sort of balked, didn't he, Ray? And in the goal square, the ball just went over the top of the pack then. The Armadale defender was under the ball, and Sterrett took a very, very easy mark.
Well, he played in front, the Armadale defender, looks like McKenzie, but he was just too big, Sterrett.
That did drift over the back of the pack. In comes Sterrett, point-blank range, 15 metres out, makes no mistake. So that'll give the Kenwick side the start that they've needed. Kenwick now move to 1 goal 2-8. Armadale 2 points.
Yes, that's the first blood from the scoreboard to Kenwick. And yeah, a good strong mark down in there, their forward line. He's going to be a worry for Armadale because they just lack height in their their back line, Armadale. And with Spirit playing deep down there, McKenna sort of moving around just inside the 50 metres there. The Ward's got a big job on him, but deep down there they've got two talls in Bain and Stewart, so obviously the long kick goes to the square, Pete. Centre bounce down. Another promising young guy from Kenwick is Dan Marr. He's had a very good year for them as he palms the ball straight down to Luff. That is good ruck work as out comes Luff. He's had a good year too. Luff kicks looking for those big guys. Ball thumped back towards the square, right in the teeth of goals. Coming back looks like Garvin. He kicks out towards a player all by himself in Rush, just inside the boundary line. Rush, what can he do there? He's played on. He could be out of bounds. He is. Not good football there. Should have steadied it, Rushy. And he's paid the penalty. And the throw-in will take place right on the edge of the 50.
He was beautifully cut off there by Urban, wasn't he? Urban had all the answers then. Cut him off brilliantly. There's the throw-in. Up they go again. Baxter tries to get the ball down. Down there by the Kenwick side, up towards the centre wing. Moore overruns it. Back to Hanson. Quick little hand pass to Jeff Moore. Moore sizes his options up. Goes right across the ground. Looks for Kelly. No, out comes Sterrett. Probably spoiled each other. Kick it's ripped off the ball. Yes, that's the way the umpire says it. And we'll have a free kick about 40 to 45 metres out of goal. Been very dangerous, Kickett and Kelly and Jeff Moore and Luff. These type of players, they'll have to really make sure that they close up on them very shortly.
Well, it's early stages, Pete, and the signs aren't good. They look like they're just taking control of the game, Kenwick. Their skill level is it's excellent. It really is, and I believe you have to try and dent that skill level a little bit. You just let them run on their merits. I don't think you've got much hope.
So here's Kickett from 45 metres out. The Kenwick players are clapping the ball through again, and that's a terrific kick there by Justin Kickett. That's his first this afternoon. Kenwick now move at the 15-minute mark of the first quarter. 2-2, who's 14, of course. Armadale, 2 points.
Yeah, very good start. As I said, they're just starting to take control through the midfield. They're getting far too much space. You really need to play Kenwick one-on-one and make it a game of attrition. And try and wear them down and maybe just try and put them off their game a little bit to be successful, I believe, against Kenwick. But at the moment, everything's running for Kenwick. They're not having any pressure put on them, and it's the way they want the game to go. So bounce down takes place. Once again won by Marr, but cleverly roved by Dick. Spearing pass, a beauty down into the forward line, finds Atwell. Atwell looking to get the ball on quickly. Forwards standing and calling for it. Hill's deep down there. He stays down, flies high as Collard, but out comes Luff, beautifully roved. That's the way a rover should take it as he kicks out towards the scoreboard. Nice long penetrating kick finds Marr. Marr wants to take a bounce. Oh, he fumbles though, close to the boundary line. He's good enough to get out of trouble. He comes back on the right foot. Nice long drop punt in looking for Stewart. This time McKenzie does well as he thumps away. Stewart's taken 2 grabs. In fact, a kick's been picked out there.
Free kick, yep.
It looks like Russell Baxter got interfered with there by the big man Stewart.
That's the way the umpires saw it, Ray. He plays on very quickly, gets the ball out to the big ruckman in Darren McKenzie. He's having a very good duel with Marr, but I'd say Marr would be well on top. He'd be a candidate, I think, Jack, to go to Perth next year and join his brother in Paul.
That's 3 years in a row, Pete. They've come up with Nigel Doan, Paul Marr, now Dan Marr.
Oh, sensational. And Nigel, of course, has been had a lot of injuries over the last 12 months. Armadale play on towards the centre of the ground and finds Regan. He takes a couple of players on, then gives it over to Mickey Garvin. Well, they've got space here now, Armadale. Good chase there by Moore. Puts the ball up towards the full forward line. Oh, up goes Charlie Dick, I think. No, it's Collard. There's the punch out towards Jiggles Thompson across half back. He tries to get the ball out. Good play there by...
they kick to Rush.
It's young Rush, yes. And he got under the pack. The Kenwick players were just a little bit zealous then, Jack, weren't they? And, of course, they give the free kick away. So this is really, I think, Armadale's first shot on goal. He's about 45 metres out.
Too far out, Pete.
Yeah, it doesn't look confident, does he?
Looking to feed it off, but there's nothing pretty well manned up on. As now he chips that, looking for Newby. Can he hang on to it? Oh, he drops a mark he should have taken, but in fact he's got a very soft free kick. A very soft free kick indeed. So Darren Newby, a former Swan Districts player, left the club. I think he might have gone to South Armadale last year and had a run down there.
Did he play interference then, Jack? Because he was really looking at the ball and the player, of course, was coming and looking at him. So that's what the free kick might have been for.
Definitely interference, but I thought it was fairly soft anyway. It's a shot on goal here by Newby, a left footer. Only 40 metres out.
They really need this, don't they?
Oh,
Jack?
they need it. They need it desperately.
16 minutes, but they really have to kick a goal, and Kenwick might run away with this game.
So Newby, what can he do? Oh, he's kicked it short. In fact, it's going to fall right into the teeth of goals. To Collard, he's strongly tackled. Mackenzie tries to get a kick away. Oh, Kenwick tackling strongly down there. They're desperate down there in that last line of defence. In fact, the umpire Washer comes in and will bounce.
Got numbers too, Jack, haven't they?
A lot of numbers
around the ball.
A lot of numbers down there, Kenwick, as Marr wins the tap away looking for Luff. But it's picked up by McPhail. He's strongly tackled. In fact, he's could have been called for a throw, but no, the umpire will bounce again. 20 metres out directly in front of goal. So Kenwick 2-2-14, lead Armadale 2 points.
Yes, we've gone around about 20 minutes of this opening quarter. 12-point lead, of course. There goes Marr again. A big knockout towards that half-forward line. McPhail first to the ball. Gets the ball out towards Maguire. Kick in towards that full forward area, but Hansen again by himself. Plays on. The umpire says that.
Called to play on.
Yes. There's Hansen. Just a quick chip in towards that pocket and finds Burns. Burns decides to slow it down.
They're very steady in defence, Kenwick, Pete.
They have been, Ray. That's a sign of a good side, though. Good, rock-solid defence. There's the ball up towards that half-back line. Punched out towards Collard. He's tackled from behind, but gets the ball out towards another player in Marek. Marek goes very quickly on to Regan, and Regan has a flying shot for goal from about 45 metres out, but out on the full and a kick to Kenwick.
Yes, Armadale having a little period here where they're doing a bit of attacking. They need to get some results on the scoreboard and try and just work this lead back, and if they could square up by quarter time, it'd be a fairly good quarter by Armadale. As looks like Irvine to bring the ball back in. Goes long. Good long drop punt there. Out towards Marek. He has 2 or 3 bites. Can't hang on to it. Down to Hill. The clever Hill. Gets a handball away to Maguire. He chips short. Deep into the pocket. Oh, it's a poor kick though. That's one thing that Armadale did last year, Peter Vizzasto, was to play the boundary line far too much, and you won't win here at Gosnells Oval playing deep to the flanks. As Irvine brings it in towards Hansen. He goes with a good penetrating kick to the centre of the ground to find Burns. He kicks up towards half-forward looking for Gavin Hanley. He's interfered with by... No, in fact, it's gone the other way. It's gone the other way to David Regan. Hanley putting out his hands. The umpire thought it was shepherding. As he gets it away to Mick Garvin. Mick Garvin looking for Matt Hill, but chipping in cleverly is Moore. In fact, he meets, looks like Wally, was it? Very strongly.
Wally?
And no, he's Rush, in fact. Moore kicks up towards half-forward looking for Big Bain. He can't hang on as he's mixed up there with Dave Collard. He gets it away to Gavin Hanley. Goes for the left foot looking for down towards Thompson. He overruns it, but coming out well is Wall. He goes wide looking for McPhail, takes a chest mark in front of Moore. Well, Feeds a clever handball to Wally.
Plays on very quickly towards Wally. Wally goes in towards that half-forward line, but no one there, Ray. It's a good kick by Clive Wally after that, because really Kenwick are getting back in numbers in defence and are really closing this Armadale side up at this stage. Well,
it's the way they've structured their forward line, Armadale. They're playing one deep back in the square and everyone up the ground. It's allowing Kenwick numbers to get back and fill the holes. They need to push another 1 or 2 down inside the 50.
Got a lot of spare players across the half-back line, of course, but Kenwick have got them across their half-back line. So there's
Armadale need to score goals. They can't win unless they do. So
there's the ball out towards Charlie Dick. Running onto the ball, 15 metres out, has a shot for goal. Oh, he's missed. He's missed. That was a golden opportunity for him there, Ray. Charlie Dick, a brilliant knock over the top of the pack there by Mackenzie. Could have gone to either Matty Hill or Charlie Dick, but Charlie Dick got to the ball first, and I thought he really should have scored there.
They need to make those opportunities count, Pete, to win this game, and they didn't. As Hansen brings it into Mick Hanley deep in that back pocket. He'll come up towards the wing position, right in front of the grandstand, looking for Ruckman Marr. But over the top is Maguire. He looks like he's having a run on the ball, and maybe that's a good thing to get him involved, get a few touches. As he goes with the left foot with a spiral, not an effective kick, as it kicks it straight down the throat of Thomas. That's not good football, Chris. You must go with a drop punt and try and find someone. As Thomas goes to the outer side and finds Thompson. He's got time and space to run as he kicks up towards half forward. Kickett's got away from Marwick. This is clever football as Kickett goes by hand to find Thompson. He's put himself back into trouble. Spears it back towards Gavin Hanley in the middle of the ground. So Kenwick got players loose here once again as Hansen's run off from the back line. Not really making a lot of ground though as he's kicked up towards half forward. Armadale coming out there, yes, and Bruce Atwell takes a good steadying mark.
Well, Atwell steadying the play down across half back, goes to half forward with a good drop punt. Working to the way at the front of the flag was Baxter, couldn't take the mark. Gone out towards Thomas. He gives it to his captain coach. Why wouldn't he? He's playing very well. Just a chip kick out towards that wing position, or probably half back line. And Jiggles Thompson again takes the mark. He's had a few possessions in this quarter. Armadale a little bit slack at this moment, but that's a bad kick there by Thompson. Goes out towards the half-back line, but interference there to another Kenwick player.
Mick Hanley.
I think it was a off the ball, Jack, and it was an accident. And I think, Mick Hanley just gets straight up and he'll take the free kick.
See, for a guy playing deep in defence speed, he's being allowed to run up towards the centre. You must push him back inside the 50.
Yes, there's a kick from Hanley, a big pack up again. Rolling onto the ball there for Newby for the Armadale side. Gets a quick kick in towards that wing position. Up goes Hanley again, playing a brilliant defensive game at this stage, and that's what grand final's all about. Your defence, you get that working very quickly, Jack, and of course you can attack from there. But Kenwick certainly, and look at this across half back.
Yep. They got two loose players in Burns and Thomas there. Very hard to score goals when you're running into a wall like that as the boundary throw-in takes place. Maher wins the tap again. He's rucking really well, this boy. As the handball goes away to Hansen, he takes his full 10 metres, kicks long towards McKenna. The dangerous McKenna can't mark his wall. So far has done a good job on McKenna. That's the challenge. He absolutely dominated the game early, McKenna, with 7 goals in a quarter and 10 minutes. Yes. Really, and then come off with just a testy hamstring injury. So
well, Dustin's just giving him a nice old payout, the umpire, and the umpire's just spoken to him, Jack, and of course the umpire won out again. So
well, he can get frustrated. That's good play by Wall.
Waiting on the throw-in. There it is. Big fellows up again. Bain, beaten to it by McKenzie. Stacks on the mill again in that full forward area, and the umpire again will win out, and we'll have another throw down.
Yes, tight bit of play. Must be getting towards the end of the quarter.
Yes. Yes, well, Kenwick have really had all the answers. Only 2 goals on the board, though. Armadale will be reasonably happy with this first 25 minutes. There's the bounce down. Bain working hard. Brilliantly knocks it towards Merv Kelly, who kicks the goal, I think. But there's a free kick off the ball.
A free kick for a throw there, Pete.
It could be 50 metres too, Ray.
Wasting time.
Yes, and that was was that a decision that you saw, Jack? Was that called correctly?
It was sort of slapped off the ground by Bain, and the umpire's called it a throw, I would suggest.
Yes, I was following the play there, and I was just marvelling at Kelly's brilliant roving on the play. But of course now Charlie Dick, and a goal here to Armadale late in this quarter would they'd be quite happy with their quarter. Waiting on Charlie Dick. Across the half-back line, plays on. Around the place, a poor kick
going wide again, Pete.
Very poor kick out in front of that scoreboard.
They don't seem to have the players up the middle of the ground, the corridor. He must play the corridor.
That's right. Gets the ball on very, very quickly towards Gavin Hanley. He started very slowly this afternoon, Gavin, so I suppose he's just really warming to the game. There's a kick to the half-forward line. Oh, up they go, and I think that's David Collard, is it, or David Regan?
David Regan.
It's David Regan.
Played a blinder last week, Pete, and he's in his absolute best form.
And 50 metres again, Ray.
And 50. This is the sort of thing that Armadale need, just to get involved in the game, start to get some touches, get a feel for the game, get some players playing well. And of course they must get some score on the board as well. So Regan.
Well, it's what you said, Ray. They must move that ball through the centre corridor, wouldn't they? And yes, the right footer comes in towards the centre of the ground and finds Wally. Yes, he does. That's a mark or a free kick. I don't know which way the umpire pointed then, but yes, it's a kick to Clive Wally, of course. So they are. Yes, they are. They've got some good players around the middle of the ground now. That's the engine room we talk about. Clive Wally. It's really crowded. Yep. There's the kick in towards that full forward area. It goes Collard. Oh, goes into the air. Well, a good mark. Going onto the ball there is Apple. Can't take, but Kenwick defences swarm on the ball. Really hold it up well again. And again, the umpire says, I'll throw it up. And that's terrific play there by the numbers that Kenwick have got to the ball. Yes, they're well drilled, this Kenwick side. Very, very experienced side as well. There's the throw up. Mark doesn't get the ball this time. Collard there for the Kenwick side, Armadale I should say. Over the ball is Wally, but can't take the ball. Again beset upon by about 3 or 4 of the Kenwick defenders. Again the umpire went out. We'll have another bounce down. They're gelling well together, aren't they? There's the throw up again. Ma takes full possession this time. Again, the umpire went out because it was a good tackle by the Armadale defence. Good play there by, there's the siren. So there's the siren to end the first quarter here at the 1997 Sunday Football League Grand Final. Kenwick 2-2-14, lead Armadale 3 points. Welcome back here to the 1997 Sunday Football League Grand Final. There's the second quarter starting. Ball bounced in the centre of the ground. Up goes Mackenzie, but beaten again by Ma. Working on the ball is Jeff Moore. Taps the ball on towards Kelly. Kelly spins out of the pack. There's a big kick towards the full forward area. Armadale got big numbers down there. Good bump out there by Baxter. Goes in towards Van Diemen. He goes out beautifully out towards Clive Wally on the wing. Tries to draw a player. Comes back inboard. That's what Ray Whitt was calling for in the first quarter. In towards that centre of the ground. Brilliant mark there by Matt Hill. I've got to get more out of him, but he did start the quarter on the bench, of course. Spears the ball towards full forward, but brilliantly cutting across the area there is young Thomas, and Thomas takes the mark.
That's the area they're falling into trouble, Pete. They've only got one player inside the 50. Kenwick are falling back and just filling up the hole as Thompson kicks the ball right across goals and finds Mick Hanley. He's been really dominating the game early on the stage as he kicks out towards Burns. They get loose players everywhere as up comes the half-forward flank comes Irvine. He goes by hands. Beautiful handball away to Knox. He goes by hand, puts Del Paso under pressure. He gets the kick away quickly. Straight down the centre round looking for Big Bain. Ball spills over the back of the pack. Socket off the ground by McKenna. He has a shot at goal. Looks good to me. It looks all clear, and it is. So the first blood to McKenna. Third goal to Kenwick.
Well, I don't know whether that's a goal, Ray.
You don't think?
I don't think that's a goal.
Well, there is a dispute. He looked for the all clear.
I still don't think you'll get it to see it. It might be a goal here because McKenna wasn't. He wasn't that convinced that it was a goal, and it's not a goal.
You're right, Pete. How did you see it?
Well, I thought it went the other side of the post, and I was watching McKenna, and McKenna did watch the umpire to make a decision, and that's what put me off.
Good call, good call.
So there's the kick in by David Collard. Out towards that half-back line, finds Wally. He goes on very quickly. Looks out there for Van Diemen. The glove Van Diemen takes the mark.
Maguire, Pete.
Maguire, sorry. Yes, there's Maguire. Plays on very quickly. Over the top towards Baxter. Baxter gives it to Mackenzie. Onto the left foot. Chips the ball out towards that wing position. Free kick over the shoulder. That's the way the umpire sees it. And it's Marshall. Dwayne Marshall. They need a goal quickly in this second quarter, the Armadale, just to get them and to ease them back into the game. But they have played pretty well and really stopping this powerful Kenwick side from running away with the game. There's the kick. Looks for Newby. Finds him across the half-forward line.
Still being forced wide though, Pete. They've got to get it back in the corridor, and they haven't got a lot of height there to kick to. As Newby kicks deep in towards the defence. Up goes Hanley and Ma. Ball spills down towards Lindsay Atwell. In fact, he's been tackled high and will receive a free kick and will kick on goal about 40 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. So this is a scoring opportunity for Armadale.
They've still got numbers down near the ball, haven't they, Kenwick? Ray, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 players, 8 players that were down there to help their defence out. And I think that'll be a big part of the match plan and the game plan that, of course, their captain coach in Mick Hanley has got to this side. And really, Armadale are being starved for opportunities. And really, when they've got these opportunities, they've got to make every post a winner.
They do. They must get a scoring opportunity here as Atwell comes in, shoots on goal, kicks it high. It's wide, I feel. Yes, it is. Through for the minor score. So A missed opportunity by Charlie Dick, and now a missed opportunity by Lindsay Atwell. They must really make the most of these opportunities as Hanson will bring the ball back in. Playing deep in the pocket, Hanley. What will Hanson do? Receives a short lead there from Chris Smith. He takes an overhead mark. Hanley running off. That's the way he goes. Hanley all by himself. They've really got to match up on Mick Hanley. He's getting far too many uncontested kicks there as he kicks down towards the wing and finds Del Paso, who's led up hard. He kicks down the left foot looking for Brian Williams. He gets his first touch as he goes to the left foot. Wobbly old kick only as far as Marshall. Poor kick in fact. Marshall goes long, but he's kicked it out on the full. Not a good kick at all by Marshall. Playing too wide again, Pete.
Did go wide, but there was the pressure that the Kenwick side are putting on you. So here's Irvine, 75 metres from goal, squares it into the centre of the ground. Up they go. Baxter's up there for Armadale and takes a very, very good mark. He plays on very quickly. Goes in by hand of Van Diemen. There's a kick out towards the centre wing. Up goes Maguire, and that takes a very, very good mark in front of Thompson.
He's had a good start, Pete.
I think he's been given the job now on Thompson, Ray.
Probably good to get him out of that forward line because he gets a fair bit of attention down there.
That's right. Robert Thompson was very, very busy in that first quarter. There's a kick from Maguire towards the half-forward line. Up goes the Kenwick defence again. Very disciplined other Kenwick defence, and that's a very, very good punch out of ground.
Mick Hanley dominating down there, but he just...
Marshalling
I have not got a key forward that is really putting any pressure at all on Mick Hanley.
Yes, waiting on the throw-in now, and young Ma doing the ruck work very, very well, but Mackenzie trying to get back. Probably no clear hit out there. Irvine gets the ball, draws a couple of players. Oh, good smother there by Maguire from Armadale. Kicks the ball in towards that full forward area, but leading out is Smith. Oh, he just drops the ball. Good tackle there by Collard. Play on, says the umpire. Picked up there again by Irvine. Good hand pass to Hanson. Hanson eludes and goes around Newby. Has one bounce. Has a second. Goes through the centre of the ground. Spears the pass towards the full forward in vain, but over his head. Del Paso gets caught.
Great
brilliant tackle there by the Armadale player in James Wall. And now off the ball, he'll get the free kick as
I really feel that sort of tackling, Pete, should be rewarded in football. They don't reward that sort of good tackling enough as Armadale come across the face. They've got numbers here as he kicks towards Mick Garvin. He takes an uncontested mark. Oh, long handball to McPhail. Puts him under a little bit of pressure. A kick would have been better. He gets it away to Rush. He's tackled. In fact, good pressure by Jeff Moore there. In fact, I really felt Garvin should have kicked that, allowing the player the chance to stop and all play on.
It was a very good kick
30-metre handball, very difficult. As the boundary umpire throws it in. Coming across the back is Mackenzie. He gets it away down towards the player there and Rush. He paddles back looking for Marwick. He's having difficulty in grabbing hold of the footy. Now he does. Goes for the left foot looking for Regan. Oh, clever one-hander. Feigns to play on. Could be called. No, in fact, there's going to be a 50-metre. Well, the umpire didn't see that. Regan actually feigned to play on. The umpire was blinded by Thompson. And Jiggles Thompson tackled him and threw him to the ground and has actually copped 50 metres.
But still, it wasn't a play on by the umpire, was it, Ray? So I suppose technically the umpire's correct, but Regan started very well. He goes in very, very short, though, and finds Garvin.
No mark, he hasn't paid it.
Oh, he hasn't paid it
That
either.
was rough.
Very, very ordinary decision by the umpires. Just lost it the last 2 or 3 minutes, but we'll have a throw down.
It's still a tight game, Pete. It sure is. Finding it hard to score goals as well.
They are. There's the throw down, I should say, and Mark got the top. But again, it's the Armadale defence through McPhail, who's playing a very, very good game, just trying to hold this very, very strong Kenwick side up. There's the throw down again by the umpire. Up they go. Ma wins the go across the pack. Was kick it. It's the ball out towards Irvine. Thompson goes back into trouble, gives it to Jeff Moore. Moore picks it up. He'll do something good with it. Goes across the ground. Brilliantly spotted there in Hanson. Hanson takes the mark. Should have played on towards Luff. He does so now. Goes over the top. Finds Luff. It's Knox. Knox got tackled very, very viciously there by David Collard, and he'll get the free kick.
One of Kenwick's plans, Pete, is to when the ball's great numbers on one side of the oval, the plan is to get it to the other side of the oval. Someone running free, and it's working beautifully for him at the moment. As the fight broken out in the middle of the ground between, looks like Kelly and Graham Atwell. I really believe Armadale need to come in either in this situation or very close to level. And I honestly believe some of Armadale players don't believe they can beat Kenwick. Now, if they come in at half-time, maybe you can get those sort of blokes and start believing that they can win.
Yep. Well, that's a big plus, isn't it? So they played about 35, 36 minutes of football, Ray, and to Kenwick to only kick 2 goals, well, I would have probably backed big money on them kicking 6 or 7.
Sure.
Anyway, there's the free kick by Hanson in towards that centre of the ground. Picked up there by Merv Kelly, who has a shot on goal from about 40 metres out. And right on the line, Mick Garvin, good defensive player and good player this afternoon in Mick Garvin, touches the ball through. So Kenwick now on the scoreboard moved to 2 goals, 4-16. And of course, Armadale, 4 points, 4 behinds.
Kick out long by Collard, effective as Baxter takes a good strong mark over there over Luff. Baxter kicks out towards the scoreboard, still playing very wide Armadale. They lack height, I guess. They must try and play the flanks as Atwell does well at ground level. He gets a handball looking for his cousin, I think it is, and Lindsay Atwell. He squares the ball back in. They've got numbers here as Hill is met strongly by a player there in Marr. In fact, Marr's tackled Hill and brought him to the ground. The umpire will come over and bounce.
It was solid play there by both sides, wasn't it, Ray? And Matt Hill thought he got front position, but the big fella in young Dan Marr made that couple of yards, which really makes me think that he's a pretty good player.
Yes, good player. As he takes this ruck knock, dominating again, but straight down the well rove by Hill, but he gets it away to Mackenzie. Mackenzie gets a handball away McPhail. He's on his left foot, kicks back in towards the 50, but not a good kick as out comes Thomas. Playing this one-man forward line, the kicks have really got to be spot on to give Collard any chance at all. Thomas, not a good kick as he kicks it to Smith, but he's got so much time. He spears a lovely kick out looking for Burns. He gives him a chance to run with the ball, but he can't control it as Maguire closed in. He tried to spend it before he had it, Pete.
He sure did, and he probably had a bit more time than he thought, but Maguire then went past him, Chris Maguire, and told him, you could have picked up and you're well clear then. So running on the throw-in, about 70 metres around from the Armadale goals. There's Maguire, up he goes, gets a big thump towards that 50-metre zone. In comes Burns again, taps the ball out towards player in Thomas. Thomas, cool play there by the captain coach in Mick Hanley. Gives it towards Jeff Moore. Oh, he's set upon by Rush. Get picked up there by Thomas again. Gets the ball out to Hanson by hand. Tony Hanson running again with the ball. There's a big kick towards that into the 50-metre area, but Dave Collard again is holding up the play today for Armadale. There's a quick kick out towards Kelly. Kelly goes over the top towards Del Paso. Armadale have got the numbers there now. Terrific tackle. That's a terrific tackle. Merv Kelly. That's a good second effort that the coaches will be looking for, Ray.
Yeah, I thought it was tough though, Pete. Didn't give him a lot of time to get rid of it. It was a good tackle, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Kelly will take the kick 30 metres out on not that bigger angle.
Yes,
a great kick.
He is usually a good kick at Perth, of course. He was a very, very good kick there. So Merv Kelly around about 25 metres out, just slightly off centre, and that's really the way that all the kicks we've seen this afternoon, Ray, go. Just across the big face, and of course 1 point registered. Kenwick now moved to 2 goals, 5-17, lead Armadale 4 points.
Yeah, missed a fairly easy shot at goal there as Collard to bring the ball back in. Oh, chips it for the poor kick, puts Regan under pressure. And he's good enough to get out of. He's playing good football as he gets it away to Garvin. Goes back to Collard. Does better with it this time as he finds Van Diemen. They've got both sides playing with a lot of numbers in defence, which makes it goal kicking difficult. As Van Diemen goes out towards the wing looking for Bruce Atwell. He does well. He close to the boundary line, but wobbles a kick up towards half forward. But this is where they're finding trouble, as it's straight on the chest of Thomas. They've just got nothing to kick to across half forward. You can't possibly kick a goal if you've got nothing at centre half forward or half forward flank. As Matt Marr goes to the run off of Smith. This is where they're getting slaughtered, Armadale. They're just running off too easily, Kenwick, as he kicks down towards Thompson. Out comes Knox from the back line. He runs through the centre of the ground, chips a pass in looking for Big Bain. The opportunities will eventually come if you keep pumping into their forward line, Pete.
Well, I just can't believe the Armadale forward area, Ray. We've got 3 or 4 Kenwick players in across that centre half forward area. Centre half back, of course.
There's 2 men and a half
That's right.
a ground of football. You can't win, or it's totally defensive as Bain kicks on goals. What's he done this time? They're clapping it, and that's a goal to Kenwick. Eventually they will come if you keep bombing the ball into your forward line with numbers down there, and that's what's going to happen. They're just going to slowly edge away. It's very, very difficult for Armadale to kick goals when there's 3 or 4 spare men in the Kenwick defence.
Yes, well, that's the way the game plan has gone for Kenwick. It's gone beautifully, and really looking across that half-back line now, they've got 3 or 4 defenders there that have got no one on them at all, and really Armadale, if they're going to win the game, have got to kick goals, of course.
Well, could you imagine Mick Hanley playing on no one? You'd never dream of it leading into a game of football. Mick Hanley standing all by himself. Well, Thomas standing right back inside the 50 all by himself. So.
And of course across the half-back line, Armadale got a couple of plays. So there's the bounce down again. Mackenzie goes up, tries to get the ball out towards Kelly. Through come the Armadale runners there. Kicked out towards the wing position by Van Diemen. And over the ball goes. So this is a very, very unusual game plan by both sides. Well, I still see a couple of Kenwick players down in back line without players there, Ray. And of course, we see in the Kenwick forward area there, players that are unmarked as well.
I guess you've got to pay plaudits to Smith for coming up with a game plan. He hasn't sent them out there just doing the same thing, so I guess he's put a fair bit of thought into it.
Yes, there's the throw-in.
It's not disastrous at the moment, 3-5 to 4 points.
Yeah, it's not, no, it hasn't been a blowout. You're quite right there, Ray, and there's the throw-in, of course, took place and then went forward about 25 to 30 metres, and we'll have another throw-in.
And if they could nab a couple of goals before half-time, they're right back into it.
Yes, they certainly are, and that's probably what the game plan is. There's the throw-in again, Mackenzie. Marr wins to the ball. Through barges, Maguire tries to get the ball out. I think that was Apple. Sorry, that was Lindsay Apple trying to barge his way through the pack. But again, the Kenwick players are very disciplined in cutting down and cutting out the play, and they were there in numbers very, very quickly. Throw down again. Up they go. McPhail takes full possession. Tackled by Moore. Brilliant tackle. But the umpire said, give it to me. Couldn't get rid of it. Good respect
don't get
there.
Away when Jeff tackles you.
Good respect there from the two players, because I think they played against each other, or played with each other, of course, at Perth. Ashley McPhail and Jeff Moore. There's the throw up. Mackenzie. Marr tries to get into the ball. Through comes Irvine. Through
free
the
kick.
Ball again. Is there a free kick towards Justin Kickett? Yes, it is. A couple of players there, Ray, saying it wasn't me, but the umpire says it was you, and of course there's the kick to Justin Kickett. Across half back, looks into the middle of the ground. Garbin's in good position here, but Sterrett from behind. Brilliant mark. Gets the ball on quickly for Kenwick towards Hanson. Hanson, brilliant kick out towards Bain again. Oh, he's overrun the ball. Now the defence of Armadale tried to work the ball to Baxter. Baxter gives the ball to Collard. He's been a great player today, David Collard. The ball's inherently kicked out towards the centre of the ground and marked by Thomas for the Kenwick side. He gets the ball in, a scrappy kick. Collard again by hand, gives it to Baxter. Baxter tries to draw a player. Over the top it goes towards Marshall. Marshall gets the ball on quickly towards Matt Hill. The left-footed Hill then goes out very, very wide again. And I think the ball will beat all players over the line. Yes, it does. And we'll have another throw-in.
Well, that's probably a good result for Armadale, to try and get it over the line deep in defence and then push numbers down, because they're running into a brick wall if they kick that. Obviously, that's why they're not going up the corridor.
That's exactly right, Ray.
There's nothing to kick to. As the boundary throw-in takes place. Looks like Marr, yes, no effective ruck knock. Down towards Moore. He's strongly tackled. Throwing himself in his Graham Atwell there. He gets the ball away, only as far as Luff. Luff kicks down towards the scoreboard, over the centre line, straight towards Baxter. He kicks back towards the centre behind. Poor kick and finds Thompson. He goes by hand to Moore. Moore's got space, runs through the centre of the ground, kicks into the inside 50, looking for Del Paso. No, umpire. Oh, soft free kick, I thought there. Both players involved. Obviously, Dwayne Marshall being pinged for hanging on, but I just don't think he can do that in the grand final.
Not in grand finals, Ray. You're quite correct there. I thought both players were trying to grapple for position. They did grab each other, and of course you see that every day in football. Really, the umpires played a pretty soft one there, but Kenwick, full credit to them. They're really putting this game to Armadale at this stage.
Del Paso, 40 metres out directly in front. He's a very good kick of the ball. He doesn't let me down as he splits the middle. Yeah, Armadale did not need that. Luck, they couldn't make the most of the opportunities early, and now they've been pinged on a free kick like that, so things not travelling with them, Armadale, at the moment. As Dick comes back on, Vince Atwell leaves the ground.
Well, 4 separate goal scorers at this stage, Ray, for the Kenwick side. Del Paso, of course, just kicked his first. Kickett has got one. That's Justin Kickett. Chris Bain one, and Warren Sterrett one. And really, Armadale, we've played, 15 minutes of the quarter here, Ray, and they really need now a big lift, and they really need, I think, to change that area.
They have pushed Garvin into their forward line, and that's forced Mick Hamley to go and man up on him.
Yes,
so
well, that's a plus.
A positive start.
There's the bounce down. Up goes Marr, beaten by Mackenzie this time. Through charges Kelly off the ball. Picked up there by Kelly spinning like a top, spinning. It should have been a free kick then. Picked up there by Marwick. There's a hand pass out, but Kenwick again in numbers get to the ball. Hewitt goes over the top towards Thomas, who gets the ball on quickly towards Irvine. Oh, he tries to take a few on. Good tackle there by the Kenwick players. Out towards Dickie Hanley. Oh, pulled off the ball as Charlie Dick, but no, says the umpire.
Good harassing.
They just mucked around a bit with the ball in Kenwick, didn't they? I think their confidence is starting to grow, Ray Witt, and we might see a really determined Kenwick now to try and make their mark on this game.
Oh, I'd say so. Boundary umpire throws in Mackenzie and Mark. One down by Mackenzie, straight to Irvine. He brushes the tackle aside. Kicks up towards the half-forward line, but only as far as Baxter. They got numbers back there, Armadale. It's a game of the backlines today as he kicks towards the wing and finds Regan. Looks upfield. Everyone's matched up on. Not a lot of movement. Just really kick and hope at this stage.
Well, it's almost zone football, Ray, isn't it?
That's not good enough for Armadale as he kicks up towards the wing position. Big pack of players fly high, but a big mark there. Is that young Ma? Took the big arms up. Yes, it is. Yeah, he's a likely player, this boy. He goes with the right foot in towards the centre. Nice pass finds Bain. Quick, deft handball to Hanson. He runs to the ball and then kicks it long inside 50, looking to go to Passo. In fact, the free kick's been picked out, interfered, pushing in the back there, and the kick will go to Marshall. So Armadale with numbers in defence. Kicks outside 50 looking for Rush, puts him under pressure. He falls over. Ball goes down to Regan. He tries to torpedo punt kick. It's close to the boundary. That's not the sort of kick you want out of defence, David Regan, and he's put the ball over the line. So Moore to bring the ball back in, right through the interchange. Jeff Moore, 97 equal Bowden medalist with Aaron Woods from Belmont. Kicks actually backwards, to a player there in Ma. He's been met heavily by McPhail. In fact, I don't know whether he's reported, and 50 metres. I'd suggest the book is coming out, and send off as well. Well, that's...
He's got the trifecta, Ray, didn't he?
He's got the trifecta. He certainly has. As Ma points, you're off.
Well, it was a bit of a silly one, wasn't it? I don't think the umpire
silly.
really should have got the 50 metres, I suppose, but not really a report to send off because it's 10 minutes, I think, as the umpire's saying. But really, none of the Kenwick players remonstrated, and young Ma just got straight back up. But all he wanted was a 50-metre penalty, and of course, that was really all it was worth. And grand final's a grand final, of course, and really, you've got to expect those heaviness to do. And young Murray's just nothing wrong with him, so
no.
He's ready, just wants to kick the goal.
Nothing's going for Armadale once again today. They just need a little bit of luck running for them, and things are going against them. So Ma will shoot on goal, 48 metres out. They'll take a good kick. But he's following in his brother's footsteps, this boy.
Yes.
His brother dominated last year's grand final, and he had a shot on goal from Ma. I think he's pulled it away to the left-hand side, Pete.
Yes, it was a big kick there by young Dan Ma, but again, getting back to that silly thing, I think that really McPhail knew he'd done wrong, and young Ma got straight up, and really the umpire, I think, overreacted because the Kenwick players knew what was going on, and they didn't really remonstrate, Ray, so really it should have been just play on the 50-metre penalty, and young Ma really should have made him pay on the scoreboard, of course.
He can make a difference to a game, Pete, the umpiring.
Yes, well, Collard
gets
the ball out towards quickly. There's Bruce Apple. Gets the ball very, very good on towards that wing position. In goes a couple of Kenwick players. Rush gets the ball, tackled again by the rampaging Kenwick midfielders in Kickett and Moore. Irvine, of course, as well. Tony Hanson across that middle of the ground. Probably BAG at this stage, Ray. Played a very, very good game as Hanson. Very disciplined this afternoon. I saw him a couple of years ago get a couple of stints off the ground, and he's very much... he's disciplined today. There's the thump there by Irvine, across into the middle. Hill goes out, but Kickett really meets him hard. Here comes the Hanson. Hanson play on, says the umpire. No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, the players come back towards Kickett. Kickett was taken off the ball there by Matt Hill. There, Kickett just sinks the ball in towards the 10-15 metre area. Up they go. No mark. Collard again there for Armadale, working hard. Through towards Marshall. Marshall gets them on towards Regan. That's better play there by the Armadale side. Atwell goes out towards the centre wing. Up goes Thomas for Kenwick. Brilliantly done. Goes in towards Kickett. Gets the ball in towards that half-forward area. Regan drops an absolute sitter. Through comes Bain now. They might make him pay this time, Kenwick. But brilliant play there by Matty Hill. Gets the ball towards Van Diemen. He's played a throw.
No. It's just starting to have an influence on the game, Pete, the umpires. It was a good game of footy, except for the last 5 minutes umpiring-wise. And... some decisions left me a little bit cold on it, and unfortunately they're going against Armadale as Kelly kicks in towards El Paso. Beautiful pass and a good strong lead from El Paso, so he'll give Kenwick another opportunity to kick at goals. 45 metres out, maybe a bit more.
certainly been lively since he's come onto the ground, Ray. And
yes, he's very lively. Good
he's
player.
kicked the goal already, and this will be his second. Of course, this will be Kenwick's 5th goal.
Shoots on goal. It's low, it's long. In fact, I think it's a goal. It is. Yeah, good kick, Peter Del Paso. Makes the most of his opportunities. He played well in last year's grand final too, Del Paso. So, yeah, that's a goal that Armadale didn't need. The game's just slowly slipping away.
Well, I got the midfield ascendancy now, Ray, haven't they, Kenwick? Through Hanson, through Jeff Moore, through Luff, of course,
Kelly.
through Kelly, through Jiggles Thompson, of course, and really Ma is giving those particular players plenty of opportunities to get the ball. And really now, Armadale have got to change their match plan. They've got to get probably players one-on-one across that half-back line, half-forward line, of course, for Armadale, and really get some numbers into that area so they can kick some goals. So the Kenwick 5-4-34. Armadale 4 points, so 5 clear goals. There goes McKenzie, gets a good knock towards that centre half-forward area. Through barges Hewitt for Kenwick, stacks on the mill again. Good play by Kickett, gets the ball towards Thompson. Thompson just a little bit, 25-30 metre kick towards that half-forward line. Broken up by Regan for Armadale, across half-back, goes in towards the wing position, finds Marwick.
Marwick kicks up towards half-forward looking for Graham Atwell, comes across in front of it. Hill, he's clever. Beautiful handling, but his handball smothered by Hewitt, but goes back and gets it, Hill.
Here's
this
a go.
time, all of a sudden, they find some space through McKenzie. He's at centre half forward all on his own. He's kicked with his left foot. What's the big fella done? No, he's missed. Why wouldn't you kick with your right foot unless you're injured, Pete? Running into an open goal, inside 50, and you go with your left foot.
Is he a left footer?
No.
Oh, gee.
No, he's not a left footer unless he's carrying a thigh or something. Why would you kick with your left foot anyway? He's missed and
he had Garvin on two. Had Garvin on two just ahead of him, Ray. Here's Hanson. Goes into the pocket. Very, very simple kick. Now towards the pocket. There's Del Paso plays on. Goes in towards Hanson. Well, so now Kenwick really are playing, pretty well keepy off at this stage. Gets the ball out towards Hanley. Well, just no one on Hanley, and he can run about 2.5 hectares here. Draws a player. Just chips it over towards Jiggles Thompson across the half-back line, approaches the wing position, the ball out towards the half-foot line. There's a big fight going on in front of the scoreboard. Oh, and that was
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Gee, I don't know who it is, Ray. Did you pick it up?
Yeah, I did, but I think we won't say it.
We won't say, so okay, the umpire is there on the, and the
send-off, maybe?
Oh, it is a send-off too.
Yes, I didn't.
It's Jeff Moore, isn't it?
Wasn't good. Was not good.
Well, it's Jeff Moore, and I really didn't see it. I just saw the two players grappling with each other, and
I don't even know. Was it? I think it might have been Wall, the player that he was tangled up with. So.
Yep. So I think it might be a 10-minute sin bin for.
Been given a good send-off by Armadale too, Jeffrey. But I suppose that squares it up now with the McPhail off and now Moore off.
Well, it's the one I wouldn't stir up though. Jeff Moore, he'll come back and probably be BAG. So the umpire, I think there's a throw in across half-forward line for emergency umpires out there, Ray. I don't know what he's trying to say at this stage, and he's just coming off the ground, so I don't know what's happening. Both umpires now are converging. No, I don't think the umpires know what's going on. It could be a free kick, I think, to Wall, I'd say.
Well, no one knows what's going on. Players are running towards the Armadale end.
There's a report too, Ray. I think the umpires just put the book away. So what is going on here?
Right? What's going on? The ball's been taken right down to...
It's a penalty goal, isn't it?
Forward line.
Well,
Wally's been taken, 50 metres as well. Wally's a shoot on goal. So Wally, will take a good kick. I don't think he'll make the distance, but this gives Armadale an opportunity. So that's an important thing that's happened there with Moore off the ground. So Wally to shoot on goal. Armadale desperate for a goal before half-time. Probably outside his distance. Good kick, gives it a good go though as it falls into the square. Oh, good mark by Bain. Not in fact, Ma. Yes, it was paid. Big arms go up, and he's had a very good half, Dan Ma. He kicks to the outer side, looking for Thomas. He takes a strong mark in front of Dick.
Been lively too, Ray.
Yeah, well, he's had no one to play on, so if you can't get kicks with no one when no one's playing on you, I think you could still get a kick, Pete. He kicks towards Luff. He brings the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Oh, good strong mark by Regan. He took a very strong mark there in the centre of the ground. Armadale got numbers on the other side of the ground, but it's too far away. This time he goes looking for Collard on long lead. Out he comes, but once again Thomas, he's a strong overhead mark, this kid Thomas. I've been very impressed with his marking as he kicks out towards Hanley. This is where they just got loose players everywhere, Kenwick. They were able to run the ball out as Knox takes the mark there in front of Graham Atwell. It's a bit of happening off the ball.
Well, I'm trying to look everywhere, Ray, and unfortunately...
Atwell got mixed up there.
Yes.
As the ball's kicked down, strong mark by Stewart.
Free kick,
free kick's been picked out.
This is starting to become a bit of a possession by the umpires. Really, we don't know what's going on. Kenwick don't know what's going on. Armadale don't know what's going on. So really, anyway, let's get on with the footy.
They know, don't worry about that.
There's the kick across towards the half-back line into Rush. Rush now, they've gone a long way around Armadale, so they might find something here. Marwick goes on towards the pocket there, tries to find Hill, but cut off brilliantly by Hanson. All that kick's got too much on it, but brilliantly played there by Irvine. Irvine gets the ball on quickly towards McKenna, who's by himself, but brilliantly read out of the back line by Marshall. Marshall goes forward and gives it towards brilliantly in Atwell, and he's set upon off the ball there by
Kelly.
Merv Kelly. This is silly play. That's a send-off too. Well, this is silly play by...
It's certainly livened up, Peter. The game did need some livening up, but I don't...
It's silly play by Kenwick, because really they could have gone in at half-time just with a 4 or 5 goal win here, or a lead. And Kelly's given the umpire a nice old verbal blast as well.
10 minutes. McPhail about to go back on, so it's 2 off for Kenwick, and Armadale back with a full side. So really, Armadale need to make the most of this.
It's starting to warm up now. Well, anyway, Ray,
good to see.
If it's starting to warm up out, it's certainly starting to warm up out there.
As Dick will have a shot on goal. This will test his distance as well. 45 metres directly in, or close enough to directly in front. So Kenwick just becoming a little bit undisciplined, not a good thing.
And silly too, because I've got a very good lead on the scoreboard.
There's Dick to shoot on goal. Not a bad looking drop punt. In fact, he's missed away to the right hand side, just eating away opportunities there once again. So Kenwick 5-4-34, lead Armadale 5 points. Of course, last year, Pete, Armadale only kicked 2 goals for the game. And at this stage, things aren't looking a great deal better to kick more than the 2.
Well, there's the quick
let's
kick
hope
out.
So.
Yes, let's hope so. There's a quick kick out by Hanson, and off the ball, Knox will get the free kick.
Hewitt.
It's Hewitt. They look alike. There's the kick over towards the big fella in Marr. Marr gets the ball on very quickly, out of half-back line to Thomas, who's had a stack of kicks. Good kick in towards the half-forward line. Brilliantly rode there by Brian Williams, but again there's a free kick off the ball. And big David Regan, who's had a super match as well. And he'll be the recipient of the free kick. So plenty of players now. Here's McPhail. Just had 10 minutes in the sin bin. Gets the ball on towards Maguire. Maguire approaching the 50-metre line. Lines up with a big left foot kick.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately again offline for the Armadale side and out of bounds on the full.
Well, they're starting to generate some opportunities, Armadale. They've got to make something on the scoreboard, though.
Well, they should, Dave. Well, they're too short, aren't they?
Well, they are too short.
They should be able to find some space now.
Yes.
And really, I think they would have shoved some players into that back line or forward line there, Ray, trying to get some numbers there.
That's absolutely right. As the ball gets kicked out, but well done by Bruce Atwell as he thumps towards the go of McPhail there. He tries to handball to through to Van Diemen. He forces his way through, strongly tackled, gets it away to Collard, or Dick it is. He's looking for Hill, but he's on a 2-on-1 situation. Brilliant football by Hill as he evades the 2 of them, kicks up towards Baxter, clean bowls him. Coming across is Mick Hanley. He's strongly tackled. In fact, he's been pinged for holding the ball there by Collard. So yes, this game has livened up there as Hanley, things aren't going all Kenwick's way at this stage.
Oh, it certainly isn't. You've got a couple off the ground, Ray, and it certainly diminishes your numbers around the ball, of course. And Jeff Moore, I thought, was a pretty good player at that stage, but he's been sent off the ground. Of course, Merv Kelly, who was pretty strong over the ball there in that second quarter, has been sent off as well. So too short. It does put a lot of pressure now on the midfield for Kenwick.
So Collard with one of his few opportunities for the game. It would be a great kick from that pocket, and Armadale would love to get this goal as he wobbles. A funny looking kick. I tell you what, it's a good kick though. It didn't look good, but it's very, very effective. A wobbly old drop punt. And there's the siren, Peter, to end the first half.
Well, there's the siren.
Reading 5-6-36 to Armadale 1-6-12.
12. What a terrific first half. Kenwick just towards that latter part of the second quarter. Just lost it a bit. They had 2 players sent off the ground, and really I don't know whether they're back in the game yet, the Armadale side, Ray, but there's some been pretty good players. The goal scorers very quickly. Del Paso 2 for Kenwick, Kickett 1, Bain 1, and of course Warren Sterrett 1. And for the Armadale side, Jeremy Collard has 1. We'll be back very shortly before the third quarter starts. Well, there's the bounce down. We're waiting on the bounce down, I should say, to start the third quarter of the 1997 Sunday Football League Grand Final. There it is. Marr goes up again. Picked up there by Hill out of the attack there first for Armadale, back towards the full forward line. But again, it's Hanson had a terrific first half, of course, and has started up where he's left off in that first and second quarter. Bounces the ball across half back. Ball quickly in towards the wing position. Good play by Thompson, gets the ball to Watson. Watson then gives it by hand towards Luff. Luff is beset upon by a bad play by another player. Ball towards Hanson again. Goes out towards Jiggles Thompson. Thompson gets the ball very quickly onto his foot. Goes in towards the half-back line. For Armadale, just watching the umpire, and he's paid a push again, Ray. Terrific tackle, wasn't it, by Collard again. Terrific game. Well, he has found it very hard, Ray, but I think that probably looking at the best kick in the Sunday League, Dustin McKenna, so it had to be a very good kick. Very good kick.
He kicks way away. Actually, kicks it to centering position. Crumbs well read by Van Diemen, beautifully tackled by Brian Williams, crashing his way through his Stewart. Well, good play there by Collard. Close to the boundary line is Hill. In fact, he can't keep it in. So yes, Kenwick going in with a 5-6-36 to a 1-6-12 lead at half time. Armadale playing an unusual tactic. I guess they wanted to come in close at half time. If they had have made them more of opportunities, they probably could have. As Collard gives it away to Regan. These two have been good defenders for Armadale. He kicks right to the outer side of the ground looking for McPhail. He punches and takes it should have been a mark as he punched to himself, took it a second grab, gives it away to Marwick. He wobbles the kick only as far as Luff. He brushes a tackle from Hill. Good football by Luff as he kicks up towards half forward to open space. Out comes Stewart. Wall tries to soccer off the ground, makes some contact, does enough to get it away to himself. Keeps the ball close to the boundary line. Goes to the left foot, is knocked off the ball by Spirit. In fact, he has made 20 or 30 metres coming down Del Paso, but can't keep it in.
Yes, well, good play there by Armadale. They're trying to hold this Kenwick side up. They're 4 goals down here, about 3 minutes into this third quarter, vital third quarter. The ball thumped by Marr again, but picked up there by Pratt. Just come onto the ground, I think, in this quarter. There's Baxter. Overrun the ball is unfortunately Atwell. Through come the Kenwick players again. You can't give them a second chance. Thompson around the corner finds the young bloke in big Dan Marr. Marr goes out towards the half-forward line. Brilliantly marked by, on the ground by Sterrett. Terrific grab. They both went to ground. His opponent and himself. He plays on quickly. Well, this is an ominous sign, Ray Witt, if Dustin McKenna can get into the game.
More back on the ground too, Pete.
I think he's limping a little bit there too, Dustin McKenna, so he's having a shot from right on 50 metres. There's a big kick in towards the goal square, and that's a magnificent goal, I think. No, we're just waiting on umpires to confirm.
Mark has paid the grab.
He's paid the mark, well called, Ray. Well, the umpire just setting him up on the goal line there. I can't
playing a left foot, a difficult shot. He's going to go to the banana. I'll tell you what. He's got it. Yeah, good kick by Bain on his wrong foot. Used the banana and just got it through very, very cleverly there. Well, that's a goal that, and he's second as well, Pete. That's a goal that Armadale did not need. So Kenwick starting well in this early stages of the third quarter.
Well, again, it was a stop-starty affair, Ray. I was trying to find out what the umpire was doing. I thought it went across the face of a goal at one stage, but big Chris Bain was the only one that really went for the mark, took the mark, went back and kicked a banana like you just kick them every day. And that's really, as you just said, what the Armadale side didn't need. Kenwick 6-6-42, Armadale 1-6-12.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been a domination of the game, but it's just they're just edging away and doing the job quite systematically as the bounce down takes place. McPhail tries to tap it forward. Oh, Thompson's strongly tackled. Nothing happening there as Knox tries to crash his way through. Gets it away out to look kick, and he tries to sock it, but misses. Kicks fresh air. Free kick being picked out. Advantage played as Knox picks up the ball and kicks up towards half forward looking for McKenna. This time a strong mark. Wants to play on. Oh, mucks it up though, McKenna. He should have gone back and had a kick. Gives it away. Collard does well in defence as he wobbles a kick out looking for some numbers out there. Oh, brilliant football by Del Paso. It was a 3-on-1 situation. There was only one Kenwick player. That was Del Paso, and he was able to get a knock away to the boundary line.
Oh, terrific. What's the 1%ers that the coaches often talk about, Ray, don't they? A terrific play. 3-on-1 as you called, and really gave Armadale no chance at all. Here's the throw in again, 65 metres around from the Kenwick goal. Take full possession by Sterrett onto his left foot. A poor kick though. Beautifully cut off across the centre-half back line by Marwick. They've got to get it on quick, the Armadale side. He does so. Goes across the ground. James Wall done a good job on McKenna. Has one bounce. McKenna not chasing him. Has two bounces. There's another one.
Keep running,
no one
son.
going
Keep
towards
running.
him. McKenna can't run. There's a fourth bounce by Wall. He goes a little bit close to the man there, but it's a quick in towards that half-forward line. Up goes Collard and takes a very, very nice mark. About 52 metres out. Sees the goal squares unattended, so that's the way the ball goes up towards that area. Up goes Hamley and destroys the ball, and of course they go across the line. So we've played about 6 minutes of this third quarter. Kenwick a very, very handy 5-goal lead, Ray Witt.
They need Collard to fire. He was the only man in the Armadale forward line, but he's probably only 5'11". Very hard to take strong grabs when you're under 6 foot against quality opposition. So the boundary umpire throws in. Thumped away by Baxter. Oh, numbers around here for Kenwick. It's coming through his heel. He could have kicked the goal. He has. Great roving there by Matty Hill. He started this third quarter like a player that really wants to play in a grand final and possibly win it. So that's good signs for Armadale as Hill gets one on the board for Armadale. And they go to 2-6, trailing Kenwick 6-6.
Well, they've got to get that midfield going, don't they, Ray? And I just noticed that Merv Kelly, of course, have come back onto the ground, and he had a misdemeanor before half-time. And, of course, Jeff Moore, as you said, just before that, come back onto the ground. So now Kenwick back at full strength. And really, that was a goal that I thought that Armadale had to get very quickly, and get very quickly they did. So the ball back in the centre. About 7 minutes of this quarter, so a very important 23 minutes. Marr tries to take full possession through charges Baxter. McPhail. McPhail couldn't take full possession, and the umpire will win out again. Slightly forward of the centre line for Armadale. They've got to get the next one or two if they to mount a charge at this very, very strong Kenwick side. Up goes Marr again. Brilliantly read there by Hill. That was Dick. Dick gets it out towards Matty Hill this time, finessing with the ball, takes on two of them.
Right hand
brilliant hand pass to Atwell. Atwell just gets the ball on quickly into the top of the 10-metre square. In they go. Collard picked up by Maguire. Can't get the knock. Go to Collard. Can't take the mark. Through comes the Kenwick defence again, and strong play again by both sides. Terrific bit of play there by both sides, and the ball eventually is shunted across the line for a point to Armadale. 6-6-42 Kenwick. Now Armadale move to 2-7-20.
Kenwick under pressure there in defence as the opportunities were there. As a good kick by Hanson finds Moore right on the 50-metre line, deep to the grandstand side. Moore looks upfield. Looks good. Brian Williams. Brian Williams and Wally both have had very little influence, both playing on each other, but have very little influence on the game so far. As Thomas does well, gives it to Irvine. Good swift handball to Knox. He goes with the left foot, kicks inside 50, coming down his wall, but a bad bounce, a fickle bounce. But Hill, boy, is he on fire. Look at him go as he takes a bounce. Centres the ball. That's better football. Getting a ball back in the corridors. Mackenzie's interfered with by Knox. That's better football, Armadale. Get the ball back in the middle of the ground and play the centre. Play the corridor. You have a chance of kicking a goal as he goes back wide. Finds Wally. They need Wally to find something here. They need some lift from these Armadale players as Wally kicks, nice looking kick up towards half forward, looking for Maguire. He's a player that can really ignite too as he pulls back inside. No one moving down there. Garvin, is he met strongly by Smith. Oh, good football by Kenwick as a penetrating kick down towards Williams. He doesn't even go for the ball, Williams. Just looks at it as his opponent, Wally, picks up the crumbs and just plays it safety first and goes to the boundary line.
They had plenty of numbers there too, didn't they, Jack? Armadale, and they really weren't talking, and that's what they've got to do now. And I think this crowd's starting to get a little bit into it now as we tick past the 10-minute mark. I just see that
McKenna off, I'd say hamstring gone. Is Gavin Hanley back on?
I think so. Thanks, Jack, for that. There's the ball in dispute across the half-back line. Charges Thomas again. He gets the ball very quickly onto his boot, but beautifully read across that half-back line by James Wall. Wall's had a very, very good game on McKenna. Just seen him come off the ground. He's got a very formidable opponent in Gavin Handley now. There's a kick towards that forward line. Picked up there by McPhail. He's tried hard all day for Armadale. Wally gets the ball quickly onto the foot. Maguire goes in, gets the foot to the ball, but beautifully read across the centre of the ground at centre half back by Neville Luff, and he'll take the mark. He'll repel this attack by Armadale. Armadale now throwing a little bit of a gauntlet down at Kenwick. There's a big kick out towards the centre wing here. Brilliant mark there by Irvine. And now it's a 50-metre penalty. So some silly things there by Armadale the last 2 or 3 minutes. And really now we'll let Kenwick off the hook, Jack.
Yeah, silly things. Irvine did well. He kept his eye on the football. It was something the Armadale players didn't do and was rewarded. Poor football by Armadale there as Irvine brought right up onto the 50-metre line. Too far to score, but will certainly set something up there as Del Paso goes on the lead. He's gone to him. The kick is, actually it's a good kick. He's got right through the traffic there and found Del Paso and put them into a scoring position here. So Peter Del Paso is very lively up in that forward line, gives a good hard lead out directly, gives them something to kick to. He's kicked 2 goals, lining up for number 3. Something that Armadale don't need. Just look like they get back in the game as Del Paso kicks on goal. No, he's pushed it way away to the right-hand side for the minor score. So Kenwick 6-6-42, 6-7-43, sorry. Armadale 2-7-19.
So it's back to 4 goals, isn't it, Jack? And really it's crunch time now for Armadale, this crucial third quarter. Waiting on David Collard. A terrific game by the backline player for Armadale this afternoon. He's going long. It's a pretty good kick, looking for David Regan. Up he goes. 3 or 4 players there from Kenwick. Through barges Williams. Wally trying to just stop the play, and yes he does, and the ball is just shunted again out of bounds, so we'll have another throw in. Just looking around at most players now are taken up, Jack, so I think Armadale have gone back to the conventional 18 on 18.
They have. To my mind, that the plan obviously was to try and make sure they were in the game at half time, which is probably good thinking from Smith.
Well,
maybe we got in there too early and put the boots in.
Comments there from Ray Witt, of course, coach with Wanneroo this year, and a very, very formidable figure in the Sunday Football League. So Ray's picked that up very, very early, that Armadale tried to just stop the very big avalanche of this Kenwick side. There's the throw-in again, picked up there by Pratt. He can't get the ball away. All through Hanley to Lex Matty Hill, but Armadale are coming forward now in numbers, and that's what I like to see. Up towards that half-forward line. Oh, brilliant play by Hanson. Gets the ball towards Knox. Plays on very quickly. There's Kickett. He gets the ball out towards the centre of the ground. Finds Thompson. Thompson goes on a lead. Spears it to Del Paso again. And, Jack, that's what they've got, Kenwick. They've got a leading forward. And, of course, Armadale are coming forward, and they're very, very starved of opportunities. And probably Jeremy Collard's one name.
Makes a difference when you've got a real fast leading hard full forward. As Irvine's got by himself, that's not good as he shoots on goal. It's a very, very good long drop punt. I think he's missed to the right. Yes, he has. Yeah, good long penetrating kick, but
only just missed, Jack.
Pushed it away at the last minute.
I think a lot of the Armadale backline players were waiting on the umpire to make that decision then.
Certainly were, as Collard to bring the ball back in. He's been a good defender down there, deep in defence, Dave Collard. He plays on and kicks to the grandstand side looking for Wally. Wally on Williams. They're doing battle. Hang on to each other. Socket forward by Wally. Wally and Williams, close to the boundary line. Interference, not paid, as Bruce Atwell comes in and helps. Wobbles the kick up towards half forward. Back to the ball's been down the ground. The kick's been given down the ground. No, it hasn't. Well, no one seems to know what's going on.
50 metres it is, Jack.
Yep. It is 50 metres, yes, as umpire's pointing.
And I wouldn't want to buy a real estate from him, because that was about 20.
Maybe it was a 25-metre penalty, as Baxter Chip short. Wall's run down from the back line. He's about 70 metres from goal. This is where Armadale have been struggling a little bit. They need to set something up, get some leading going and give the ball to someone. As Wall kicks to the edge of the square, hoping for Maguire to take a mark. Oh, he almost does. Could have been interference. Gives it to the dangerous Hill. He's mobbed. He's tackled by Kenwick defence as the handball from Knox finds Jiggles Thompson. He gets the ball out of the 50, wrong, up towards Hanley. That's good football by Kenwick. Hanley right in front of the scoreboard. Goes with a drop punt up towards wide and long as Kelly gets on a real searching long lead and does well there.
Made position too well, then Merv Kelly. He plays on very quickly, goes in towards that full forward pocket. Del Paso on a lead, cut across there by Bruce Atwell. He goes in, tries to help out the player in Marshall. Marshall gets the ball on back to Atwell. Stacks on the mill again by the Kenwick forward line players, and again we'll have another throw down.
Luff off and Rod Smith coming on for his first run.
I think there's a blood rule that we're going to wait on here, Ray, as the umpire's just crossing his hands over, and I think it is Bruce Atwell, and it might have been just in that pack, of course. But Kenwick, there's a bit off the ball going on. James Wall's taking on Gavin Hanley, and there's just a bit of pushing and shoving, but James Wall's not backing back, so good play there by the young fella just to really know what it's all about. This is a grand final, and of course you've got to do your thing. So we're still waiting on the player in Bruce Atwell to come off the ground. He's now starting to jog off. The game will not, of course, Ray, start until he comes off and the replacement is sought.
Looks like McPhail going back on. In fact, I didn't even notice he can go off, but McPhail.
Well, he did come off, Ray, when he did make that misdemeanour, so that's good coaching there by Coach Craig Smith. Yes. Pull him off the ground when he made that misdemeanour, and the 50-metre penalty was, of course, incurred by Armadale at that stage, and they really didn't need that at that stage. So really they've got to answer this challenge now, do Armadale, and they've got to kick the next couple of goals if they can.
Certainly do. Play's been holding now for a couple of minutes. The bounce down takes place. Up goes Marr. No effective ruck knock. Ball spills down to Marr. He tries to get the handball away. This time Rod Smith gets a kick towards the goal square. But he's touched it through for a minor score. The Kenwick moved to 6-9-45. Armadale 2-7-19. Van Diemen to bring the ball back in. Goes up the middle of the ground looking for Malik. Oh, he's under pressure, but he's good. He's good. He takes a good mark. Let's kick it, misjudged it. Long handball looking for McKenzie. This is better from Armadale. He wants to take a bounce, the big man, as he goes to the outer wing. Kick comes across in front of me. Kicks down looking for Maguire, playing from behind, but does well. Crumbs himself. Goes for the right foot. Kicks long and wide looking for Garvin. Hanley's there. Get a touch on. Into the goal. Charlie. The goal! He's missed an absolute sitter. Running in full pelt to an open goal. Tried to get the left foot on and straight into the post.
Well, I think he did get his foot to it, Jack, but it went straight into the post, and gee, that reminded me of me in my sprinting days, Jack. I was very, very quick onto the ball as Charlie Dick then, and unfortunately couldn't control it. Anyway, Armadale moved to 2 goals 8 now. That's 20, and of course Kenwick 6-8-44. 4 clear goals. A kick in from Hanson. Goes towards Thompson. Thompson about 25 metres out of his goal. Goes towards his captain coach in Hanley. Mick Garvin's on his tail, and the ball again gets thumped over the line. So good passage of play the last 5 or 6 minutes by both sides. Really, we're really trying to get Armadale up for a pretty good game that we've got on our hands, just to get it closer. There's the big fellas again. Marr tries to get the ball down to Smith, taken by Garvin. Just a little 25-metre kick down towards the 50-metre area where it meets the boundary line, and of course we'll have another throw in. So Jack, what can they do, the Armadale side, to get back here? Can you see any changes they can move? I know they've got to score goals, as we know that they've got to win.
Persevere and make most of those opportunities like that, and Dick had another one before. If they had got a couple of those opportunities, all of a sudden they're only a couple down. So
yes, there's the throw in.
Persevere.
Thanks, Jack. There's the throw in, picked up there by Maguire, trying to do a little bit of Diogo Maradona stuff. Collard comes onto his left foot. There's a quick kick in towards the 10-metre zone. In goes, up goes Baxter. Thumped forward there by Wally goes in. Inherent kick. And yes, that's the way the umpire has seen it. And Rod Moody Smith will take the recipient of the free kick.
Smith kicks wide looking for Hanley, but he's put him under pressure as Maguire. He's a 2-on-1 there as Maguire and Collard do battle with Hanley. Oh, Hanley goes back in. Tackles. Sensational tackle on Maguire as Kenwick win the ball away through Thompson. He gets to the run of Williams. Right in front of the scoreboard, squeezes the left foot back towards the corridor looking for kick it. He took his eyes off the football. McKenzie didn't, as he kicks back towards the centre and finds Yubi. all by himself. Armadale got a few numbers here. They need to get the ball on quickly, but he's pulled to the ground by Smith. Newby goes on, sends the handball out to Pratt. He needs the handball. No, he doesn't. He tries to deft kick and finds Hill. Here's an opportunity for Armadale. He goes inside, long to the square. Don't look for Collard. Oh, he's 2-on-1 down there. Chance for Charlie Dick. He shoots on goal. And I think he's made amends. He has. That's a good goal for Armadale. That's the way to do it. Get the numbers down there in that forward line. Get the numbers, the crummers down there when the ball hits the ground, in there and shoot on goal.
Well, it's poor play by it's probably the only time the Kenwick defence has been under pressure. Probably 3 went for the ball then, Jack. As you saw, Dick was the only really one to stay on the ground, and it was brilliant roving there by the sharpshooter. But Kenwick now, to me, have got the ascendancy midfield with Matt Hill going into the centre of the ground. Terrific play. Newby's coming into the ground, into the game a lot more. And of course, I think that the big ruckman in Mackenzie is just starting to break even with Dan Maher, of course, and that's really what Kenwick have been all about. I noticed that Chris Bain's gone into the centre now. So really now Armadale have got to kick the next one to get a little bit closer. There's the bounce down. Mackenzie goes up, brilliantly read by McPhail. Through charges the Kenwick defence in Jeff Moore. Gets the ball on. It's going to get willing now for a while, I think, Jack. There's Thompson. Brilliantly reads the play. He's a cool customer, is Robert Thompson. Very good player at Perth a couple of years ago. There's the kick in towards that centre-half forward area. They've got big Warren Sterrett now at centre-half forward, so they've got someone to kick to. Sterrett looks inboard, goes to his true centre-half forward position. Up they go. Oh, Williams, plenty on the ground now. Through charges Wall. There's the soccer off the ground. Sterrett tries to get the ball, it can't. The ball eludes him. Through charges Rush. Gets the ball to Mackenzie. Mackenzie goes out towards the half-forward line. Up they go. Baxter takes the mark.
Great mark by Baxter. Armadale with a bit of momentum here. Let's make something happen as he kicks inside 50. Looking for Garvin going back. Oh, strongly bet by Smith. Hanley does well as he feeds a deft handball away to Knox. He can run now with a foot. He takes one bounce, goes outside 50, looks one way, the other, goes to the outer side of the ground looking for Stewart. The ball's thumped away from him by, looks like Regan. Yes, it is. Ball spills down towards Smith. He ducks his head, misses a tackle, gives it away to Bain. Oh, wobbly old kick deep out to the outer side of the ground. Could be on the full, it is. So not a good result there for Kenwick. Regan to take the ball back in for Armadale.
Well, Regan, I think just before that, run over Rod Smith there. Rod, he's just starting to get up, young Rod, and he's been the recipient of a very big shirt front. There's the play, goes on very quickly towards the Armadale wing position. Picked up there by Wall, gets the ball handball on towards Baxter. Baxter working hard on his player in Thomas, who's been a sensational player for Kenwick. Good shunting over the line there by the Armadale attacking area, the forward line, and that's what grand finals and finals are all about, just trying to keep that pressure and withstand that pressure. A throw in, 50 metres around from the point post, of course. There's the throw in. Baxter working hard. Chris Bain goes up, pumps the ball back towards that boundary line, and again the ball goes out of bounds before Chris Smith could get to the ball.
You've got to admire Armadale today. So far anyway, Pete, they must get a pat on the back for the way they've gone into this game, because they certainly got a hiding in the second semi, and they've really turned it round today and given themselves a chance.
That's the game plan that you picked up early before there, Ray, and we'll explain to people in a minute what was that all about. But the game goes on. Jeff Moore goes in there for Kenwick, tries to help Brad Knox up, and again we'll have a forward line. Armadale in that first half tried to play about a 16 or a 15 man forward line, or back line, and of course they only had 3 forwards. There's the throw up. Smith knocks the ball on towards Kelly. Kelly a big up and under. The ball goes towards the centre-half forward area, or thump back to centre-half forward there for Armadale. Up comes Rush. Rush gets the ball on quickly. His foot. Collard goes in. Brilliantly cut off there by the defence of Kenwick in Rod Smith. He goes out towards the boundary line, and before young Hewitt can pick the ball up, the ball goes out of bounds again.
Yes, under a bit of pressure down there now, Kenwick. Now that they've got their 6 forwards down there, Kenwick are finding it a lot tougher. This is a contest all the time as the emergency umpire comes out and has a word with Lahore. Don't know what that was all about, but ball gets kicked out towards the scoreboard. Hanley and Wall chase, but
he must have been cold, that umpire. I think he was just running out there to get warm.
He does like to be in the game though, John. He likes to be noticed.
What umpire doesn't, Ray? You tell me that.
As the throw-in takes place, Mackenzie doing a little bit better this quarter on Maher. Oh, brilliant play by Hill. My God, he's got going this quarter as he kicks into the half-forward line. Through comes Williams. Yes, he was interfered with there as he flew high, pushed off the ball. And he'll take the kick to relieve Kenwick. Wants to go short. Smith takes the mark, feeds the handball to Knox. Running through the centre of the ground, Knox. He kicks up forward looking for Thompson. He's been busy, drops the mark. Gets the handball away to Thomas. He goes by hand looking for Bain. He's strongly tackled by Pratt. Ball spills to the ground. Del Paso's in there. Collard's in there. Umpire says, I'll bounce some 60 metres out. Grandstand side of the ground. So it's a good contest. Another goal or so by Armadale before three-quarter time. We've got a blinder of a last quarter, Pete.
Yeah, well, Dustin McKenna off the ground, Ray, and of course that's robbed Kenwick of a lot of goal-scoring power, of course. There's the bounce down, up goes Bain again, pumps it towards his goal, but cut off there by the Armadale defence in Newby. Newby gets the ball on towards Rush. Oh, he's beset upon by Moore. There's a big handball over the top towards the good player in Lindsay Atwell. He goes down towards half forward, Maguire. Here's Charlie Dick. The exciting Charlie Dick gets the ball. Good shepherd off the ball there by Maguire. Through comes Garvin. Gives it to Maguire by hand. No, he doesn't. He's trying to draw a player. He goes in towards full forward. It's set up here on the top of the 10-metre square. Up they go. Oh, it's a great mark by McKenzie.
And that was sensational play by Mick Garvin there.
Oh.
Very, very cool head. Could have got it off early. Waited, was going to feed, and then decided to kick when the time was right and found McKenzie. Very good football.
Terrific play by Charlie Dick, and that's what Armadale have been all about this last couple of minutes.
Pace of Dick is worrying, Kenwick.
I'm watching the umpire going through the crowd here, the emergency umpire, so something's going off the ball now. People are trying to stand up everywhere and see what's going on.
The last person we want to be worried about is the emergency
That's
umpire.
right. There's we're waiting on Darren McKenzie right on the top of the 10-metre square, point-blank range. We've played about 17 minutes.
He just simply must kick it.
He must kick this. Armadale 3-8-26, trail Kenwick 6-6-44. There's the kick on goal. It's straight through the centre. So Armadale now draw one goal closer. So we've only got a 12-point ball game now, and they have played particularly well in this quarter. Kenwick have just started to stop their run a little bit through the midfield. I think they'll just try and rectify that situation now. So Kenwick are 6 goals, 8-44. Armadale now, Ray Witt, moved to 4-8. And that's only 2 goals, 12 points the difference.
Yes, and playing good football, playing very lively in the forward line there. Charlie Dick, Maguire being useful, the big men down there, Garvin and Baxter offering a target. So it looks a lot more lethal forward line Armadale possess now.
Well, I hope that scoreboard's right there, Ray.
Yes,
6-8-44 to 4-8-20-32 has the scoreboard. We'll check that for you.
As the bounce down takes place, Armadale winning the ball out of the middle at the moment. Lindsay Atwell does this time. Newby all by himself. I don't know where his man was. Drops a mark he should have taken. Paddles back to Marwick. He kicks under pressure up towards Maguire. Ball's in front of him. It's unfortunate. Out comes Thomas. He kicks with a banana kick back in play looking for Thompson, but over his head, only as far as Regan. Oh, beautiful football by Regan. Kicks back inside 50 metres looking for Garvin. He can't as he's punched away by Hanley. Ball spills to the ground. Out comes Moore. He goes with a deft foot pass up looking for... Well, Pratt does well, but Stewart pushes him off. Pushed in the back there, Stewart. Close to the boundary line. In fact, it's gone over.
We're just trying to get that score confirmed. 6-8-44 on the score.
So,
it could be
Pete,
6-9-45, so it might be a 13-point... the umpire's going out again and just talking to a couple of Kenwick runners to tell them to get them off the ground. We'll get on with the footy. There's the ball towards Irvine. He tries to pick the ball up, gets the ball on towards Moore. The crowd are starting to get a bit shanty now at this stage. There's the ball in towards the full forward line. Up they go. Is it a mark to Bain? No, it's not. The umpire says no, give it to me. But Bain comes up with the ball and says, why don't you pay it, umpire?
Oh, well, that's a very funny decision. It looked a clear mark to me, Peter.
Yes, it did to me. There's the bounce down right on the top of the square. Bain goes up, tries to get the ball. He wins the full possession now. Tries to get the ball onto it quickly. Out towards the centre half forward position. But really, both sides now are trying to defend their situation. 24 minutes have gone here in this third quarter.
Peter Ashworth.
Here's Ray Witt.
I cannot believe that mark not being paid as the bounce down takes place. Moore has a shot at goals.
Look at Smith.
It was Smith, and I tell you what, he's kicked it. Not a good kick off the boot, but very effective. He found a bit of space there, got wide of the pack, and got onto his right foot and kicked a very handy goal for Kenwick.
Brilliant play there by Rod Smith. Typical Rovers goal and a typical centre line player's role. Ray, he read the play beautifully. I'm just still shaking my head about Chris Bain, and he's still down there shaking his head as well. I thought that was a clear mark right on the top of the 10-metre square. But anyway, Kenwick have played on very quickly, and of course they kicked their 7th goal, so that's a very, very handy 18-point lead now. 25-minute mark of this third quarter, so there can't be too long. There's been a lot of goals scored in this quarter. There's the bounce down. Up goes Marr, a big stump towards centre forward, brilliantly read by Sterrett. Sterrett by hand towards Knox. Knox fires the ball in towards full forward again. Out comes Del Paso, onto the left foot, snaps around his shoulder and kicks a goal.
That is sensational.
Oh,
Absolutely
magnificent play.
sensational football by Peter Del Paso.
Absolutely brilliant goal by Kenwick. That was a set play, I think, there, Ray, because Sterrett coming into the centre square.
Training drill.
Ma just went bang towards centre half forward, got the ball on quickly towards another Kenwick player. Del Paso come out and kicked his third goal. Left foot over the shoulder, around the corner, whatever you like to see. And, gee, that's really put the cat amongst the pigeons now. Kenwick, 8-8-56. Armadale, 4-8-32.
It's a lifter, Peter. An inspirational goal at just when at a time when Kenwick needed just something like that to give them that little bit of a lift. As the centre bounce down takes place, Ma wins the tap again, only as far as Knox. He gets a quick handball away to Hanley. His handball smothered as through comes Wall. He's had a blinder today, James Wall. First on McKenna, now on Hanley. Pumps into towards the forward line looking for Maguire. He paddles, gets around onto his right foot, wants to play on, does get it away to Garvin. Here's a shot at goal. He's going to come back. I tell you what, it's a very good kick, but it just goes across the face. Just goes across the face. We were sitting right behind that kick, and it looked good. And it just moved away at the last minute, Pete. A bit like your outswingers.
Oh, a terrific play
on a good
there.
Day when they move.
Terrific play by Garvin because he didn't have anything on, Ray, and you quite correctly called it. There's Hanson, goes out wide, looks for a couple of players, but brilliantly marked by Garvin. I think he plays
Newby.
on. It's Newby, has a shot for goal. Wait on it. Oh, it's just narrow. So Armadale now are trying to throw the gauntlet back at Kenwick. Kenwick are just throwing the gauntlet back at them at the 25-minute mark. A couple of minutes have gone by. 2 points, which could have been goals, could have brought the Armadale side a little bit closer. Hanson. We'll wait on the scoreboard to change over before we give you a score check. Here's Hanson, goes out towards Ma, into the pocket. Oh, he drops the sitter. McKenzie working on him hard. Ma picks the ball up. There's the kick out towards the half-back line. Finds Thomas, been a great player. Closed down by Newby. There's the kick, but it's an inherent kick over the boundary line. So good play there by Bruce Atwell there, Jack. Put him off his kick, and of course the ball, and he'll get a free kick off centre wing.
Good play, Ez. Good play, Atwell. He kicks down towards centre half forward. Maguire flies high, but in front Thomas, too strong, too
Love
good.
to see his stats, Jack. Oh.
He's had a good game, very good play. In fact, the umpires picked out a decision over the mark. Maybe, was it, Pete?
Yes, it was.
I think it was, and it's like a 50-metre penalty.
25, I think.
25, yeah.
Jack. Yep.
So Kenwick looking to go forward. Craig Thomas. Smith offers the lead wide, too wide, but in comes Moore unattended. He takes an easy mark in front of McPhail. 8-8 plays 4-10. 22 points. Moore decides to go long, straight down the middle of the ground, looking for De Paso on a hard lead. Almost takes a grab. In fact, it's a beauty. Great mark by Del Paso. He plays on quickly with the left foot, looking for Kickett. He comes around, wheels around, shoots on goal, but this time he's missed away to the right. Boy, gee, Del Paso really has struck a purple patch, Pete.
Oh, he's come out. He's a leading option, Ray, isn't he? And of course, forward line, it's got a leading option.
It's too quick for Marshall at the moment.
Very, very hard to beat. This goal scorers just quickly. Del Paso 3 and 2 to Chris Bain. Singles to Sterrett, Kickett, and Rod Smith for the Kenwick side as Dave Collard goes out towards that outer wing. Touched off the hands. Yes, it is, and the umpire will throw it in. Of course, brilliant. Armadale have fought back pretty strongly in this quarter, kicking 3 goals. 1 to Matt Hill, Charlie Dick, and Jeremy Collard, and of course Darren McKenzie just kicked their last one. There's the throw in. About 28 minutes gone, so not a lot of time. And there's the 3/4 time siren now as the Kenwick side take in a very, very handy lead to 3/4 time. 8 goals, 9-57. Armadale 4-10-34. So that's a margin of 23 points. We've just mentioned the goal kickers. Terrific quarter there by both sides. Armadale particularly good in that quarter. They've thrown a little bit of the gauntlet back at the Kenwick side, but there'll be a sensational last quarter, and we'll be back for you very, very shortly. Well, the last quarter now starts to start the 1997 season, and in commentary, here's Ray Witt.
Umpire Warsha bounces the ball, won again by Ma. Ruck very, very well all day. Players come in from everywhere. Moore and McPhail get tangled up. Umpire will bounce once again. So Armadale 4 down in the last quarter. Been a very spirited performance by Armadale. Can they just get back in and make a real contest out of it in this last quarter as Hanley gets it away? Looks for kick it. Oh, he gets beaten by a bad bounce. Sock it away by Marwick. Only as far as Dick. He gets through traffic, gives it to Bruce Atwell. Wobbly old kick up towards half forward. Comes down, comes Newby. Doesn't take the ball cleanly. Falls in the hands of Mackenzie. Knocked away by Baxter. Kenwick mop up through Knox. Away to Thomas. He gets a kick away looking for Williams. Chest mark on the outer wing. Get a quick handball away to Kelly. He kicks down inside the 50 looking for Del Paso. Boy, is he having a real good second half as he was in front of Marshall there. Took a strong mark and will kick on goal right in front from about 45 metres.
Well, he stepped into the breaches of Dustin McKenna, hasn't he, really, Ray? And he really has been a lively forward, and really every time the ball comes down, he looks like taking a mark.
He could well be a match winner, Peter, as he kicks on goal. It's not a bad-looking kick. It might have gone to the left. In fact, it has. Gone away to the left. Takes Kenwick on to 8-11-59. They lead Armadale 4-10-34.
Well, certainly did. Armadale don't want a goal by Kenwick in this first couple of minutes.
They need the first goal, Pete.
Yep. There's the play from Collard. He kicks to himself. Goes out towards the half-back line. Looks for Ashman. He got failed, but Moore's there. They haven't left each other's side too much during this afternoon, Jeff Moore and Ashley McPhail. And it's been a terrific contest between the two. And Morey just sees the ball out of bounds.
Kenwick going to the scoring end too, Pete.
Yes, I think so, but Armadale have got to work very, very hard now, and they've got to get the first goal to work into this game and to give themselves a bit of a sniff. There's the throw in. Up they go. Collard tries to get the ball off Bain. Through McPhail and more work again. Goes to Thompson. Thompson over to Irvine. Irvine brilliantly wards kick it. Play on there. Moore gets the ball. He lines up from point-blank range, and that's really the goal. That could be the nail in the coffin of this Armadale side, because Jeff Moore just took it on himself then to move into the 15 or 20 metres mark out of goals, and really made no mistake from about 15 metres out. Kenwick now moved to 9-11. Armadale trail 4 goals 10-34.
Yeah, free kick paid. Play on was the call, and Moore took full advantage of that, running into an open goal on a pretty tricky angle, but made no mistake there. So that's a very handy goal.
Well, Armadale did miss a couple of those goals, didn't they, Jack, in that third quarter? And you picked that out then. You said that they might pay later on, not for kicking those goals. Kenwick have their first shot in that pocket, and Jeff Moore makes no mistake.
Yeah, that's correct, Buzz. As the umpire to bounce the ball in the centre of the ground. Regan's in the ruck for Armadale, taken by Moore. He thumps it away. Goes back and tries to get it himself. He's knocked over by Mackenzie. Coming through is Regan. He handballs only as far as Kelly. He goes to the left foot. Back inside 50 looking for Sterrett. Coming down is Pratt, but Sterrett too big, too strong. Takes the mark, and he will have a shot on goal as well. So I just hope, Peter, the floodgates don't open here.
Well again, they were caught out.
Down.
They were caught out, weren't they, Ray? And unfortunately for what's happened here.
It's a 50-metre penalty. Well, this is not good, because it's virtually a certain goal. Didn't see what happened. I was actually
well, there must have been something said or something like that, Ray. But gee, you don't want to win a game like this. And yes, I'm looking around the crowd, and people are saying sort of the gums might have been flapping, of course. But gee, anyway, Warren Stair at point blank range, 5 metres out, comes in and kicks his second. And I'd say the game is all over, and there's a big congregation around that centre-half forward area, but I think all the players are just trying to disperse now. Kenwick now moved to 10 goals 11, so that's a very, very handy lead now. Armadale 4 goals 10, 10-11-71 Ray, 4-10-34 Armadale.
Armadale looked dispirited. You'd hate to see, after 3 quarters of good work, Kenwick kicked 6 in the last quarter, and all of a sudden it's 16-4.
Blow it out, yep.
Blow it out, and you read the paper next day and it looks bad, very bad. They only kicked 2 goals last year, Armadale, and they've kicked 4 so far. So Kenwick on a bit of a roll here as the umpire Levitsky to bounce the ball. Dan Marr rucked all day for Kenwick, and Regan. Marr wins convincingly. Coming in is Hanley. He's tackled. Could have been holding the ball. No, play on, says the umpires. Regan tries to push it forward. Levitsky comes in and will bounce the ball. Hanley pushing. Regan throws the ball back to the umpire. Armadale just need to get a little bit of certainly something happening out of the middle of the ground, and at least try and get another goal or two very, very quickly as Rush tries to sock it, but he's smothered. Away goes Jiggles Thompson. Kicks out towards Stewart. Stewart tries to paddle it back to Kelly, and it is effective as Kelly runs inside 50. Shoots on goal. I tell you what, that is a very, very good kick by Kelly. He doesn't miss him when he gets the goals inside. He banged one through from right on 50, Pete. That's class.
Oh, super play, and a terrific play in the middle again by Ma. But gee, Thompson's been a very good player because he's really always on the end of that one out of the centre, hasn't he, Ray? I've been watching Robert Thompson there, and every time the ball goes forward, he gets the ball, and then, of course, the runners from midfield do run on very, very quickly there to the Kenwick side, and gee, that's a terrific play by Kelly. He just really went from the back of the square, got onto the end of that ball, which come over the back of the pack. It was really only between him and the goals was distance, and there's the throw down again. Up they go. Ma takes full possession this time, gives it to Moore by hand. Moore's trapped it beautifully off the ball there by Kelly. Goes up towards full forward. Up goes to Del Paso. Can't take the mark. Brilliantly read there by Dave Collard. Just a quick little chip out towards the centre wing area there and finds Atwell. That's Bruce. He gets the ball on very, very quickly towards Graham. I think, as Ray Witt said earlier, they might be cousins. There's Graham Atwell this time. Goes to harder half-forward line, but gee, now they've got a brick wall set up across the half-back line, has Kenwick, as Dan Marr just takes another mark. He plays on. Oh, kicks into the man on the mark. Charlie Dick now for Armadale tries to get the ball, but Marr, shows a lot of courage here. The Kenwick players just dives on the ball, and again the pack goes really, or quells the play there by Armadale, and there'll be another throwdown.
Well, just on what I've seen, Pete, I think Dan Marr and Robert Thompson will be my best two players for Kenwick, certainly.
Agreed.
As the kick goes in towards the Armadale forward line, but picking up again Thomas. He's had a very, very good final too, as he kicks wide looking for Thompson. Oh, strong Mark Thompson. He's had an absolute beauty today, Robert Thompson. He's picked up kicks at will, really. He's won his contest clearly as he kicks back towards the centre of the ground looking for Knox. They both fall over. Dick doesn't, but he's too slow this time as he's pushed off the kick by Kelly. Coming away is Hanson. All the Kenwick defenders have played very well. They've got a lot of the ball as he gives it away to kick it. He kicks with the left foot up towards, out comes Big Payne. Cannot hang on as Collard puts a bit of pressure on from behind. Gets it good enough to paddle it back though, Bain, but it's just gone, beating him over the line out of bounds.
Yes, good play by Kenwick across the half-back line again, wasn't it, Ray? They just seem to have the numbers there. They just seem to have the know-how, and they really do have the intestinal fortitude, I think, for it. There's the throw-in. Big thump there by Mackenzie. Just goes across the line. Looking at Justin Kickett just coming off the ground.
Cramped
he's been
up.
running all day, and he's got a bit of cramp, and you've got to get up off the ground, Justin, while they're on, so to try and get rid of that cramp. Throw in again. We've only travelled about 5 minutes, but Kenwick have really blown the game apart with a couple of goals in that quarter. There's the ball towards the half-forward line. Big harassment there by Matt Hill on just looking at off the ball too. Couple of things happening, Ray. You better watch that. I'll call the footy while that's going on. Lindsay Atwell's come on the ground and start to throw a little bit of weight around. There's the goes towards McPhail. Gets the ball on quickly towards Wall. Goes towards the out of bounds again, and again you've got to have two eyes because there's a little bit might happen in the next 5 or 10 minutes, Ray.
Well, Armadale realise it's slipping away, Pete, and a bit of desperation there. That's understandable. Gavin Hanley's around the area. Anything may happen as Kelly tries to thump it towards the Moor, but close to the boundary line. Gavin's there, but as the crowd offer him some advice, I don't think I'd be running out and having a word to Gavin if I was the crowd. It might happen very quickly as Mackenzie goes from the back, handles it straight down the throat of Bruce Atwell. He kicks a wobbly old kick looking for Rush, but Burns does well as he just come back on the ground. Chips to Thompson. He's had a blinder as he goes towards the 50-metre line. Kicks down towards the goal. It's long. I tell you what. Hit the post. Well, that was unlucky because he's kicked that outside 50. It carried and it just brushed the padding on the post. Great football from Thompson. He's been a clear winner on that wing all day, Pete.
Terrific play, Thompson. Just missed there as you heard Ray call for you. 11-12, 78. Armadale 4-10. There's the kick out towards the other half forward line, but dropped there by Del Paso. I thought it was a mark, so did the Kenwick people. Up goes towards, ball goes in towards that half forward line, and just drifting down into that area is young Hewitt, and he takes the mark in front of the rampaging Ashley McPhail.
Maguire off, Pete. Maguire off for a spell.
Yeah, it's just waiting on young Todd Hewitt to kick the ball from about 45 metres, the left footer.
Take a good kick.
Yes, he crosses the 50-metre line now, sets it up towards the top of the 10-metre square. Out they come. Oh, there's a mark in that area there by David Regan, and he'll repel this attack by Armadale.
Yes, Regan been very strong at centre-half back today. He's had a very good game down there in Armadale defence. He looks and not a lot on offer. He's manufactures something up the ground and finds Pratt, who's made space. He goes wide with a wobbly old kick, a poor kick in fact, and Smith comes in and takes an easy chest mark. Pratt's skills, Peter, let him down a little bit, I think, as Smith kicks towards centre-half forward and finds Del Paso, who's had a very good second half. Del Paso, this will test his kicking. He is a great kick at goal, but he's kicking from 52 metres. What can he do? Offloads a drop punt. It's a very, very long kick. In fact, he's got the distance easily, but it's a very wayward kick, missing to the left-hand side.
Sacrificed direction for distance then, and power there, Ray. I think that's what how to aptly describe that. So really now they've got to do something in the next couple of minutes, Armadale. It's probably a little bit of an overstatement, but
7 down.
Yes, they need something very quickly. There's the kick out towards the half-back line. Through comes Gavin Hanley, gives the ball quickly to Moore. Moore gets the ball on quickly towards Kelly. Kelly just moves around onto his right foot. Oh, a poor kick because he had a bit of time there. Up towards full forward. Mackenzie takes the mark. Oh, not paid there by the umpire. So Irvine just comes from behind him, knocks the ball out of bounds, and that'll do Kenwick, he said. We can regroup again. 7 minutes of the last quarter have gone. 11, 12, 78. Armadale 4, 10, 34. So not much happening for Armadale. There's the lane. He takes full possession. Goes in. There's a knock by Marshall. Goes in towards that 50-metre area there at half-back there. Goes towards Hill. He taps the ball over towards Mackenzie. He gets tackled off the ball. Hewitt can't take control. Matt Hill tries to take possession. Gets around a couple of Kenwick players. A handball, but cut off there by Hewitt. The left footer goes in towards Kelly, who's all by himself. 35 metres out of goal, virtually directly in front.
Yeah, good harassing there from Kenwick. They had the Armadale defence there under all sorts of pressure, waiting for the mistake. It happened. The turnover happened. Hewitt, good vision. Kelly all by himself, and he's found him.
Oh, terrific vision, wasn't it, Ray? And they certainly really put the pressure on the first 10 or 10 minutes of this quarter, and really Armadale haven't answered it as Kelly goes towards the big tall timber. But up goes Sterrett from behind over a couple of Armadale defenders, and Warren Sterrett, who's been a very good focal point down there, Ray, hasn't he, in the last couple of quarters, and he's taken a big mark on a pretty acute angle though, but he will probably score for Kenwick, but just what it is we just don't know.
He has. He's taken some very strong marks up there. Hard to match up on Armadale defence. We lack a big man, especially losing their big ruckman in Anderson, and Lahore missing too. So that's a couple of vital blows there for Armadale.
It is. There's Sterrett moving in. Men. He was just balked on his run.
Made it tough for them, but Sterrett coming in, only 10 metres out, kicks across the face of goals, might sneak in for the minor score. Yes it does. That takes Kenwick to 11-13. They lead Armadale 4-10.
Well, the old spark's gone out of the game, hasn't it, Ray, since that first 6 or 7 very good minutes by Kenwick, and really that's what, if you want to win a game, that's the area to of course try and blow the game out. As Dave Collard, a very good defender for Armadale this afternoon, takes the mark, plays on quickly as James Wall. He's been a good player this afternoon as well. Kicks the ball in towards the centre wing. Through comes Atwell, and the umpire says it's out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
Yes, definitely one of their best, James Wall. He's turned it round from that second semi. But well beaten that day, but he's come out very determined today, and he's played a very consistent game along with Collard and Regan, I'd say. They'd be probably the better players for Armadale.
There's the throw in, knocked down by Baxter. The ball goes towards the half-forward line. Trying to run on the ball is Charlie Dick. Overruns the ball, but now through comes Rush for Armadale. Picks the ball up, straightens up from about 35 metres out, and they needed that one.
Oh, great goal.
They need a couple of goals very quickly, but Rush, that was a brilliant goal, wasn't it, Jack? Because he picked the ball up on the run. Very hard to do. Went into that pocket, swung the right foot at it, and it made absolutely no mistake. Kenwick now 11-13-79. Armadale moved to 5-10-40.
It was a great goal. You called it right, Pete, because he picked it up. He only took 2 or 3 steps, sized it up and slotted it straight through the middle. Yes, it's Mick Hanley coming off the ground, giving some of the other players a bit of a run as Armadale get their 5th goal. So certainly a lot better performance today from Armadale. Just this first 7 minutes, it's blown out to a little bit worse than what it probably should be. But let's hope they can get another couple of goals to make the scoreboard look a bit more presentable. As the bounce down takes place, Maher wins again. He has dominated absolutely all day in the centre square, Maher. Ball spills down towards Smith. He's a hard ball getter. Through comes McPhail. He overruns it. Todd Hewitt, good handball away to Big Maher. He brushes off a tackle, runs through the centre square, kicks down towards the dangerous Bain. He puts the big hands up, punched away by Collard. Could have been a free kick, but not, says the umpire. Marshall falls over, pushes away to Collard. He gets the handball away to Rush. They've got the numbers there, Armadale. They should get out of trouble as he comes right across the face of goals. Puts Wall under a lot of pressure. Cruising in is Gavin Hanley. Coming across his Stewart, tries to take Wall out. Wall close to the boundary line. Wall jumps on Hanley, but I think they're both quite happy to see that over the line. Big Stewart come from nowhere, cruised across there and eyed Wall off in.
Like a big ship in the dark, wasn't it? Just cruised across there and put a bit of pressure on. But anyway, the boundary throw in about 70 metres around from the Kenwick goal. Up they go. Big Stewart tries to make the mark. Kelly roved it brilliantly. Goes in towards that pocket. Regan comes across but takes the ball out of bounds and will have yet another throw in. So Kenwick now in a holding pattern, and really they've done enough. They've been the best side all year, Jack. We'll get your comments on that very shortly. They've been terrific this year, has the Kenwick side. And this is back-to-back premierships, of course. The ball over the back of the pack. Rod Smith goes onto the ball. A crude tackle by the Armadale player then, but dropped on the goal line by Marshall. But he gets the ball to Wally. Wally then just sizes. He sizes the kick up. Overrunning it was Lindsay Apple. Through towards McPhail, but the ball goes out of bounds. He hasn't stopped trying this afternoon at all. What about that comment of Kenwick being the best side, Jack? Have you played him a couple of times? What did you think?
Oh, yes, they've been the best side all year. There's no doubt about that. We managed to win over them, but certainly very, very hard to beat. Very well disciplined, very talented. Yes, they deserve to win the grand finals.
Well, there's the throw in. Comments there from Ray Witt, the Wanneroo coach, and there's the ball back in towards the middle of the corridor. Hewitt picks up, brilliant hand pass towards Thompson, but Thompson really that goal got down towards the Gosnells City end. Of course, really fades away and goes into that pocket badly there, and Thompson didn't set it up quite correctly there, and another point registers for Kenwick. Kenwick moved to 11-13-79, Armadale 5-10-40.
Well, Armadale 7 consecutive years in the finals, Pete, and they're going to go away again today without a win. So they failed to win a grand final. I think this is their third grand final in 7 years. Bob Sutherland would be absolutely at the depths of his despair. They just can't seem to get over the line. There's always someone better. But that's football, I guess. You just got to go on with it. There's a ball on the outer side of the ground. Throwing to take place just out on the outer wing there. For Kenwick. Can they extend this lead? Armadale fighting hard to try and make it look respectable. Maher and Baxter. Maher rucked all day for Kenwick. Bit like his brother last year, Paul Maher. Played exceptionally well. And through comes Luff. Quick handball to Smith. He goes with the left foot, kicks towards the wing looking for Thompson. He uses the body well as he pushes Rush out of the way. Goes back and gets it himself. Jiggles Thompson fires a pass in a beauty too. Bang on the chest of Del Paso. He gets on quickly. Down comes from the wingers Kelly. Can he take the mark? No, it's stuffed away by Dave Collard. Ball spills to the ground. Kelly goes back and gets it. Fires a handball looking for Hewitt. He's fumbling. Socket away by Marwick. Through comes Irvine. He sockers it away. Tries to go back and get it himself. Does. He's clever. Handballs away to kick it. Kick it goes inside 50. Launches an assault on goal. It's a long, long drop punt. And he banged it straight through the high diddle. Well, that is... There's no such thing as a sealer now, Pete, but that's his second. But that was a very good goal from a long way out.
What a super goal that was. And Justin Kickett's had a pretty good day. I just saw him working on him about 5 minutes ago down there on the boundary line. So the medical staff have done wonders there to get Justin up and firing. And that was a terrific goal because they were working very, very hard still, Kenwick. And really they deserve their very good fortune over the last couple of years because they've been, as Ray said, a very disciplined side, very talented side. And, of course, just picking up Jeff Moore and, of course, and Rod Smith over the last year or two has really added to their dimension. Of course, Dan Maher as well, the big ruckman who we're just watching coming in, wins another tap, wins it again, down towards the newbie direction for Armadale. Play on, says the umpire. No, he doesn't. He says come back because Armadale were right away with that ball then. And he should have just looked up and saw that Armadale were away. But anyway, Darren Newby, ex-Swan Districts player, the left footer, is still going out wide. Gee, and the They just haven't got any person at centre half forward. Of course, Peter Lahore not playing this afternoon was a very big focal point for them. There's McPhail, hasn't stopped trying. Here's Dave Regan, draws a player, faints the ball around Irvine. Brilliantly played there by Irvine, but better play there by Regan. Goes towards the top of the big 10-metre square. Up they go. Charlie Dick tries to get the ball. Oh, the Stacks on the mill there. Tries to get the ball out. Smith. That's Rod Smith. Gee, there's two players out there by themselves. This is never luck for Kenwick. He just gets the ball on very, very quickly towards Robert Thompson, and the ball goes out of bounds. And again, Kenwick, Jack, had too many players down there, and every time that ball goes into that area, they seem to outnumber Armadale 3 or 4 to 1.
Yeah, better after half time there, Armadale. They've worked it out a little better. As Ma goes up, takes clean possession. Gets a handball cleverly away to Brian Williams. He's got run in his legs still as he takes 2 bounces. Oh, tries a drop kick, I think, as he kicked into the wall there. Was that a drop kick, Peter? Or if it wasn't, it was a very strange kick. I don't know.
A stubby one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Give me the benefit of the doubt, Ray. It was a drop kick.
I think it was a drop kick. It didn't work anyway. It's gone out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard, which reads 12-14 to 5-10. McKenzie goes up. Ma pulls it back. Interference, says umpire. The Washer. McKenzie to take the kick. He's tried hard all day, but been well beaten by Ma.
Yes.
McKenzie goes by hand to Newby. Right in front of the scoreboard. Kicks for the nice looking drop punt. Long 50-metre kick, but Thomas takes another overhead mark. I'd like to see his stats on marks today, Thomas. So he kicks down towards Smith. He drops the mark he should have taken. A sitter. Puts himself back under pressure. Thomas has to go back, but his kick's smothered. Players working hard there. Graham Atwell kicks back in towards centre half forward. Hewitt tries to take a chest mark. Drops down. Through comes Dick. He's kicked to open goals. No one there. In fact, he's missed. No one within 40 metres of the Armadale goal, Pete. And he's kicked open goal, and it's missed away to the left-hand side.
He should have scored from that. There was really no one between him, as you said, Ray. And unfortunately for Charlie Dick and for Armadale, of course, he missed the goal.
Bit of wind picking up.
Yes, it is. And I'm just trying to get my thing into my budget into order. There's the kick out. Goes from Hanson out towards the outer wing, and Thomas, I reckon he'd be near 30 possessions. I'd like to see his stats. He's been a terrific player this afternoon. He's a very good overhead mark and a likely type, I think.
He plays tall.
Like he does.
He wouldn't be 6 foot.
There's the kick. Marked there by,
yes,
he was marked by McKenzie. Back towards that centre of the ground. Off goes Thomas again. He took a screamer, a one-hander. There's the ball by Newby, trying to work hard. Regan gets the ball out towards his player in Mick Garvin. Gives it towards Matty Hill. He's on his favoured side. He has a shot from about 40 metres out. And I tell you what, I think he's kicked the goal.
He has.
Yes, he has. That's his second goal this afternoon, Matt Hill. So Armadale Jack still working very, very hard, and that's the credit to them. It's really Kenwick have been by far the holding side, of course, this past 4 quarters, of course, and really their strength has borne out once they've held the Armadale side. Have certainly put the screws on the coffin, so to speak, at the right time, and of course that time was about the first 6 or 7 minutes of the last quarter.
There's a lot of work going through the interchange at the moment. 2 players on and off with slight injuries, and it's been a hard-fought final, no doubt about that. As Maguire comes on, and Jeremy Collard off, and Dick looks like he might have done a hamstring and leaving the ground also. Van Diemen to come back on. So
there's a blood rule coming up here too, Ray. It's
Bruce Atwell again. Lee come off before with a blood rule.
Bruce Atwell again. So we've got a lull in proceedings here in the 1997 grand final. Kenwick at 12-14-86. Kenwick have just kicked their Armadale just kicked their 6th goal. They are 6-10-46, and we've seen Bruce Atwell just being blood binned or blood ruled, whatever you want to call it. And of course, young Mel Platt's just come back onto the ground. So we've got I'd say about 12 or 13 minutes to go, and really Kenwick got a commanding 40-point lead at this stage. Umpire, it's ball back in the centre. There's the bounce down. Up they go again. McKenzie's worked hard, but Ma's been far too good. Kick it, runs through the centre. Brilliant hand pass to Thompson. This will set Thompson's game up if he can score a goal. Right to the top of the 10-metre square, and Del Paso takes the mark, plays on, onto the left foot, and kicks his 4th goal.
Yep, very good football. Did it easy there, Del Paso. He's had an exceptional second half. He's really ignited them down there and given them the focal point. When McKenna went off, he's just taken over, and 4 goals in the second half. A great effort from Del Paso.
Well, he certainly has. He's certainly taken over from Dustin McKenna, and McKenna nearing 100 goals, I think, this year again, Ray, wasn't it? And I think it was about 93 or 94, and really they had to have someone, because he didn't look right to me, did he, Dustin McKenna, before, or while he was on the ground, and of course he has been
in the second quarter of the second semi with the same injury.
Right.
So he's been carrying it.
Probably done the
while.
same one again, yes.
He missed the last 1 or 2 games of the season.
And of course,
probably would have kicked 100.
That's right. If Kenwick can't carry him for one game, of course, while he's out there, I don't know whether they can. But there's the bounce down again. No clear knock. Kick it, working very hard. Gives it to Smith. Smith to Williams. Williams over the top. They're finessing now to Gavin Hanley. Hanley, a brilliant hand pass over the top towards Hewitt. Hewitt cuts in board. Gavin Hanley comes back. Feigns a hand pass. Feigns another one. The hand pass is out to Irvine. They've overdone it now because Marek comes through for the Armadale across defence. Gets the ball down towards half back. But again, it's Craig Thomas. Nearing best on ground honours, I feel, Craig Thomas. Gets it over towards Tony Hansen. He was best on ground in the first half, I thought, but hasn't done much in the second half, unfortunately, for his BOG facilities. There's Hewitt. Tries to work hard. Regan's there for Armadale. Slaps the ball out. Dave Collard. Super game from Collard this afternoon for the Armadale defence. Marek overruns the ball. There comes through the pack goes Irvine. Just coolly onto the hands of Tony Hansen then, who spears a pass towards Bain, who takes a mark.
Bain with the left foot kicks in towards Big Stewart. Oh, he's met by Atwell. In fact, a free kick's been picked out. The umpire said Atwell took his eyes off the football. So Stewart about 70 metres out to kick the ball inside the 50. 13-14 plays 6-10. Big Stewart taking his time, no movement. Now Del Paso goes, but Bain wide out deep has got by himself. Plays on 2 away from Hill, has a shot at goal. It's faded away to the left-hand side. Just scrapes in for the minor score. Just takes Kenwick to 13-15-93. They lead Armadale 6-10-46. So Pete, the players into the second half of this last quarter.
Just going through the motions.
Goes through the motions a little bit as Garvin kicks in. Gets good distance but finds Luff. Little Luff's worked hard today as a rover. Been very busy. He comes right across towards the grandstand side and finds Hansen running off from the back line. He goes to the 50-metre line, unloads a drop punch. It's quite a bad looking kick. Will Garvin touch it? Almost takes the mark. Ball spills to the ground. He's met by Moore. Tackled strongly but gets the handball away. In fact, an umpire's picked out a kick. I don't believe it. No, that was not on, in my opinion.
Well, what's he done now?
What's he done? Sent off?
He's
maybe.
given the free kick to. He's given the free kick to.
Well, I'm sure the Kenwick player was going to get the kick. I'm sure he must be sending Garvin off.
No, he's sending Dave Collard off, I think, because he threw the ball down, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh. Yeah,
well, he doesn't deserve this, Dave Collard, because he's had a super game this afternoon.
No, he doesn't deserve a game like this. And I thought it was a tough decision too on Garvin. He attempted to get the ball away. You don't play kicks like that in the grand final. Yeah. So close to goal. Silly.
Yes, well, it's been a very good player, and gee, I tell you what, Ray, they've got to do something about this next year, that particular rule, because that only antagonises players and it only really embarrasses players, and really a bloke like Collard doesn't deserve that, because he's been a super try for his side.
He's not a dirty player. I don't think he mouths off all that much, so to suffer the indignity of that in the dying stages is a poor decision, I think. As Del Paso, was that Del Paso kicked that goal?
Rod Smith.
Rod Smith, was it? Yes. Well, really
he kicked his second goal
in the end. It's his second. He's been busy since he's come on. He's given hard worker. But that was a gimme. I don't think it was on. They're working hard down there in defence. Garvin was able to force it out, get it away, but he was called for throwing, and he got upset. So did Collard, and the end result is another goal to Kenwick.
Well, I don't think the Kenwick players were even particularly worried about that, because they thought that was a soft free kick as well, Ray.
They knew.
Really, it was, just takes away from the umpires. Just takes away from the umpire's performance, that sort of thing, if they give a silly one like that late in the game.
Been a few incidents today like that, Pete, where
they sure have, Ray.
They've made bad decisions and it's upset the game.
Yes, there's the throw down again. Big thump by Marr, goes towards Gavin Hanley, can't take full possession. Through from Atwell for Armadale, goes onto his left foot, goes out towards the outer wing, and a good marked out there by Clive Volley. No, it's Rush. That was Lindsay Atwell before. There's a couple of Atwells, so we've got a number of them, of course. There's up the ball, goes towards the half-forward line. Hill brilliantly rows it, goes onto his left foot, snaps at goal, but unfortunately again misses. Really, they've missed a lot of opportunities this afternoon, haven't they, Armadale, Ray? And They're getting a few of those points on the board now. Kenwick moved 14-15, 99 of course. Armadale 6-11, 47.
Yes,
6-12.
a few more.
Yep.
Making a little bit more of those opportunities certainly would have brought him into the game earlier, Pete. Kenwick probably still going to win the game, but it would have been tighter as Smith gets it away by hand to Burns. He's a promising youngster too as he kicks up towards, looking for Big Stewart. Regan in front, working well, brings the ball to the ground, but Stewart at the back is able to get his hands on it, gives it to Knox. He kicks to the run of Williams, tries to push it forward looking for Del Paso. Through comes Wally, fumbling, can't bend over Clive as he paddles towards the boundary line. I think he's having a lot of trouble bending over there, Wally. He couldn't bend down and pick that up. I don't know whether he's
Could be
cramping.
Clive's last game, I think, would it,
well,
Jack?
the actual fact, I was going to say that. I think Armadale would suffer a few losses there.
Sure.
There's a lot of old guys in that side. With Garvin, I think, might be playing his last game. Russell Baxter is getting close to his end. Clive Wally, yes. Bruce Atwell, probably. So they may lose a few next year, Armadale. As Williams does well as he picks it up, kicks, pushed off the kick that slews across the face of goals towards Del Paso. Away we go through Newby. He runs outside 50 on the left foot. Kicks up towards looking for a player there in Graham Atwell. He's strongly tackled. Could be holding the ball. In fact, no. Umpire says held to him. Good tackle there by Burns, calling for holding the ball, but Babitsky says no.
It was a fair decision, Ray. I
Yes,
think it was a terrific tackle, but held to him, of course.
Yep. As the bounce down takes place in front in the dying moments of this grand final. Kenwick, in fact, this is their third grand final for the club this year. So they won the Colts early on the day and they won the Saturday grand final as well, Pete. So it's been a great year for the Kenwick Football Club.
Yes, it certainly has, and ball is scored for a point, so that's their 100 up, of course. Kenwick 14-16, 100. Armadale 6 goals, 12 I think it is, 48.
They got the 100 up. It's something you've done on many occasions in the cricket field, Pete.
Thank you, Jack. Yes, not too much lately. There's a kick out towards the half back line for Kenwick, and now's a 50-metre penalty.
That was another drop kick by Brian Williams.
Well, he's been trying it for a couple of minutes now, Brian Williams, but unfortunately there's a free kick against him off the ball. It wasn't his fault. It was in the pack, and a 50-metre penalty, of course, will incur. So really now we're just going through the motions. About 2.5 minutes to go in this 1997 grand final. We're waiting for the ball to come back. It's got to come back a long way. Well, Ray, while we're doing this, I think Kenwick's best players this afternoon have been Robert Thompson, Dan Marr, young Thomas on a half-back line. T. Hanson's been very, very good, Tony Hanson, and Wayne Sterrett's been very, very good as well.
Certainly.
So
agree with that.
Looking for James Wall. He's been a terrific player for the Armadale side, up towards the full forward area, over the back of the pack. Young Hewitt for Kenwick just runs the ball out of bounds, and that's good play right to the end, Ray. Good disciplined play by Kenwick, and that's why they've been the trendsetters, of course, in the mid-90s.
They've got some young guys coming through too, Pete, which is good. They're not all bought-in players. They're players like Smith in the back line and young Thomas and Burns and Hewitt. There's the ball over towards Atwell. He gets the ball on very, very quickly. The handball over the top. Van Diemen's in the goal square, and he kicks Armadale's 7th goal. It's a good play by Armadale. They're fighting it right out, but of course Kenwick have had really all the answers early in the last quarter, and of course we're just going through the final couple of minutes. About 2 minutes to go. Go, Ray. Yes, that's correct. A belated goal there to Armadale, making the scoreboard look marginally better, but they've tried hard. I'd give credit to Armadale today. They tried something in the first half, but it obviously was put in place to try and make sure they weren't out of the game at half time. I think it was effective, but in the second half Kenwick just proved their class and run away with the game in the second half. But certainly Armadale can go away knowing they give it their best shot, as McPhail works hard in the centre square, as he always does. In goes Lindsay Atwell as well. He's a hard doer for Armadale. Better players for Armadale, Pete? Well, I thought that Dave Collard's been terrific, as has Dave Regan. James Wall across that half-back line, full-back line. Ray'd expect all their good players to be across that area because the ball's been down there a lot. A free kick off the ball there will go to young Marr, and as we just mentioned, he's been a very, very good player. Wall's played well. Been terrific. Ashley McPhail, as you just mentioned there, has been terrific as well. There's Marr's kick towards the full forward area. Up goes big Chris Bain. Rove brilliantly by Kickett, who gets the ball on very quickly towards Del Paso. And there's the siren. I think Del Paso's kicked his 5th. We'll just wait on it. Yes, he has. Brilliant goal by Del Paso right on the siren. So that's his 5th
goal, and that really does finish the game off very, very well for the Kenwick side. So now we've got the score in the 1997 grand final here for the Sunday Football League. 15-16, 106. Kenwick defeated Armadale 7-11. Hoots 43, I think 53. The goal scorers very quickly: Del Paso 5 for Kenwick and 2 each to Smith and Bain. Singles to Jeff Moore, Merv Kelly, and for the Armadale side, 2 to Matt Hill, and singles to Charlie Dick, Jamie Rush, Jeremy Collard, Darren McKenzie. For his brief comments on the game, here's Ray Witt.
Yeah, well, it certainly was a different grand final in the first half, with both sides really having a lot of players in the back line, Peter Bazzasso. And Armadale were able to stay in the contest for the first half, and then they went back to the normal 6-man forward line. Looked dangerous for a while there in the third quarter, but then Kenwick got their game going. Their skill level really picked up, and they made the most of the opportunities. Del Paso was sensational in that second half, kicking 5 goals, and they were able to go on and win the game quite comfortably, 15-16 to 7-10. So another grand final to Kenwick, and they look a little bit unstoppable at the moment, Pete.
Yes.
The way they keep this side together, it's very hard to see them not stringing a number of grand finals together.
Very deserved winners here of the 1997 grand final are the Kenwick Football Club, and we hope you've enjoyed the call, and we'll see you again next year for the 1998 season.